Against all drinks. What? It's a local brand. Local brand. So what? Am I supposed to check local or not local before I sap you? Ah! The thunder coil strikes again, and just like that, another hero falls. Oh. But man, you okay, dog? So this is Prometheus. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Gotta hit those little signboards. I'm your smart AI engine, Prometheus. How can I help you? Let's introduce ourselves. God damn it, this thing's gonna be dancing right next to me, man. I hate those signboards. Yeah, that's the chest I was talking about. Can I open the chest? No, I want to open the chest. Please, let me open the goddamn chest! Please! Son of a bitch. Oh, trash bins.
Himiko's coffee with that special shot blend. What a wonderful experience. I see so many sparkly rabbits and fire shrooms spinning around. Gray hair. You kind of look like a gray shroom now.
Yeah, she does look very mushroom-like.
Did you see that? Nanook's a stray puppy, and Noose is a ring toss monkey.
What the hell are you on about? Somebody put some Irish cream in her coffee?
Gray shroom, you want a cup?
I will pass.
Give Sparksy a moment to calm down.
Yeah, I think she needs a nap on the couch. What are you still doing here, Gil? Get the hell out of my office. I have too many people in here. And most of them are squatters, like Nihilux. Too slow, my treasure. Stop calling me that, motherfucker. I am nobody's treasure. Unless it's maybe Castorus's or Finon's. But definitely not yours. Never yours! Curio number 269, Joy Filtration Set. The portable device inside the cube can be used to identify and collect Joy's emotions. Is this how the masked fools get emotions and filter it into liquors to drink? That's interesting. There are signs that the portable devices have been removed from the cube. It seems like there is a high demand for joy. I would say so. God, I could probably use a little bit myself. Whoa! Hey, Hook! Hooray, member! Where'd you run off to? How's that for presents? If it's not enough, Hook can turn it up a notch. The connection has already started. You're a little close to the screen, honey. All I can see is your hat. Oh God, this guy. I didn't realize.
Go ahead if you wish to engage.
Oh God. Why is he posed up like that? Why has he got his piggies out like that, dog? Why has he got toes? Seriously, why does this guy have toes? Whoa, what the hell is that thing? Dude, it has a D20 for a head. Ah! Oh God, it's the legged freak. Ew. Look how that guy moved. He was bouncing on his legs like that. That was gross! I hate how they move. I think I made a mistakey here. Oh! I do get an achievement for that. That is ridiculous. Oh look, it's Graphia! And Graphia! And Graphia too!
Indeed, I am Graphia. Unfortunately, my wish power is spent, and I can no longer weave my imagination arts. But you and I share a fate, with just a few wish bays to aid me.
I am Graphia. If you're giving away wish bays, you should give them to me.
No, I am Graphia. Does this red armor not make it obvious?
Bunch of shysters.
La 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 la.
Hum is so absorbed in their own humming, they seem to be in a buoyant mood. Let's sing along with them.
La 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 da 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 da. Wait a minute, I've got it wrong. What's going on? What are you doing? You shouldn't disturb me during my break time.
But why are you ignoring me when I'm finally back?
I just want some me time before spending time with you. Passenger, let me repeat this again.
Alright. Ugh. Hello, everybody. It is me, Mare. Sorry I'm a little bit late right now. Kind of had a late dinner, so kind of got delayed. Also, I literally been awake for like an hour. My sleep schedule's been pretty bad, so yeah, I ended up like sleeping for like 3 hours this afternoon. So I feel nice and ready and recharged to go talk to more folks on the Xianzhou Luofu. So I've actually covered quite a few areas already. I first started out at Central Scarskiff Haven, which, God, that took me forever just alone on this map. Then I was at Cladford, Cladford and Exalting Sanctum just earlier today. So that was pretty good. I was going to do Aurum Alley earlier, but it was already going pretty long for that stream, so I'm doing it right now. Also got to pop over to the Divination Commission along with the Artisanship Commission. And if you can tell from this giant thingamajig here, if it looks familiar, we are in the Artisanship Commission right now, and nearby there's some folks that look like they need some help, though. Luckily on this map there's not all that many people. I think there's some folks that are at the gate. Otherwise this place is largely just occupied by the Barastruct and some rogue Imagenium machines. But looks like there's some folks that are down here. Hold on. Let me just readjust so I can actually get the audioing it. Okay, that didn't work. God damn it. I really don't want to be wrestling things. I really don't want to be wrestling this thing until my next cable comes in, but I kind of have to. Alright, hold on. I just got something there. Ah, yeah. I love the background music here. It's pretty fire. Alright, where are those folks that I saw before? There they are. Yeah, it's kind of hard to miss this giant, big guardian here. So, I'm gonna just start with these two, and then I'm gonna make my way up to the gate. Oh yeah, this might be a little bit more interesting. Not just like a little chit-chat, make a little mission out of this. You looking like a pilot. I told you, I can't activate this Aurum alone. My consciousness can't withstand the impact of the Divination Talisman. You'll have to find another tester for me. Oh wait, that was the dude. I know. I even asked Madame Xinxin at the Seat of Divine Foresight. There were any volunteers from the Cloud Knights or pilots willing to participate in the test, but no one responded. Oh. Besides, you have no parents, no siblings with whom you share blood ties. And you don't even have long-term cohabitating lover. It's not easy to find someone who can resonate with you. Ouch. Way to burn him saying that he's got no worldly connections. He got no sibs. He's an orphan. Extended family gone. God, I think family ties would definitely have to play a lot. You definitely have to make sure who your cousins are and such. Other things get a little weird with these long-lived species. Also saying he got no girlfriend, no boyfriend. He got nobody. So mean. Why do you think I have no lover? What did you say? Nothing. What are you two talking about? And you are? I'm Xinxin, and this is Lilai. Layli? I'm Xinxin, and this is Layli. Are you the Arumaton tester that Madame Qingshu sent over? Wait. Don't you already have a tester here? You saw it, didn't you? Once Layli connects to it, it doesn't take long for him to cry and scream and give up control. So I was trying to look for someone more resilient to share the burden. With 2 people, it should work. I think. Wait, are we gonna drift with this machine? Is this gonna be like Pacific Rim? Dope. Wouldn't it be like having 2 left feet? That's why testers need to have experience living with me, so both of us have an understanding and can work together. Feels like a hot-blooded teenage story. Oh god, am I gonna have to live a week with this guy or something? I think so too. Don't worry, as long as you both resonate well, you will feel like you're the same person. Oh god, we are going to be drifting. Since there's no other tester applicants, we don't have any other choice. It's all up to you. Really? I'm the first person that walks up here and be like, get in the robot, Shinji. But yeah, what's up with the Arumaton anyway? I bought an old Arumaton model designed Pingrong Type C. Master said that in ancient times, the Arumatons on the Xianzhou were allowed to act on their own. However, for some reason, they eventually turned against humans and went on a killing spree. So her ancestors put talisman on the Arumatons in the ensuing years, making them dull, clumsy, and constantly twitching. Oh, that explains why they always have to be looking like that. Guy looks like he's gonna teeter off of its feet. My thesis topic is to restore the intelligence of the Arumatons. Not to lift the ban on them, of course, but to try to connect human consciousness with Arumatons. The more in sync their minds are, the more precise the Arumatons' movements will be, just like a couple of sweethearts. This won't work. Every time I connect to that thing, I felt like I was gonna put inside. Every time I connect to that thing, it felt like I was put inside a steel coffin, and I could perceive stimuli far beyond my usual limits. I think my brain will melt into a pot of gruel within minutes. Well then, let's get in. No worries, let me see if you and Layli are compatible. Please, step over here. Yeah, what are we gonna do? Like a questionnaire? We gonna do a personality test? Or, you know, just hook our minds together and hope for the best. Xinxin attaches some talismans to the joints of both you and Layli's limbs, and the talismans glow with shimmering patterns and pulse at the same frequency. This technique hereby I have named Hearts Alight. Hearts Aligned? Let's see, I have named Hearts Aligned with talismans bestowed by the heavens. My spirits and soul are combined. Spirits of gold and metal. Shall they now obey thy command? Did it work? Let's see. Synchronization rate 40%? Synchronization rate 79.9%? Still in control so far. Do you want to continue testing? To move ahead is to gain. To run away is to lose. Test start. Oh my god, am I drifting with this guy? Now, try moving something. Okay, let me lift my right arm. How? Do it again. I want to test something. Move both arms. Uh-huh. Now do something slightly more complicated. Let's facepalm. How do you two feel? Oof. Are you sure we're not just emulate? Are you sure you're not just emulating me? Aren't you the one emulating me? Ooh, we don't even know who's actually doing all the prompting. Wait, I suddenly have memories that aren't mine. Uh-oh. That lady with pink hair. The older gent with glasses, the silent black-haired young man, and the classy lady with red hair. Are these your memories? You didn't happen to see anybody else, did ya? Like some kind of eerie lady with like the spider motif, some silver-haired girl, some sweet little girl that can't move none too well, and a scary-looking guy with a big scary sword. Or some guy that kind of looks like me but isn't me, but kind of is me? A beast charging towards you. A man dripping with golden blood. He looked at you. Who is he? Who is he? Wait, who are you talking about? You notice some unfamiliar memory emerging in your mind. The gaze keeps darting towards Xinxin. And each time you find your heart rate rise. You stared at the jade gate as you sat upon your father's wide shoulders. Your tongue tasted the familiar song lotus case that your mother made. The day you received the Cloud Knight's obituary notice, your tears flowed down like rain. Uh-oh. You focused your mind and held your breath. Loosened the bowstring and the arrow hit the instructor. You ran desperately on the drill ground, chasing the shadow of the starskip passing over the sky. You fell powerless on the bedroll, feeling lost about the future. You are sure that Lily realized that you have obtained some newfound knowledge. He keeps making faces at you, hoping to make you understand and zip it. Yeah, I think I get what's going on. Great. Your signet right. Your synchron... I can't fucking talk. Great, your synchronization rate is close to 87%. Next, I will connect the Hearts Aligned Talisman to the Arumaton. Ooh, yeah, let's throw another body at this. Bum 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 bum. You hear the beautiful scenes of electromagnetic waves surging. You see the scorching pain of flesh and blood. You smell the ruthless coldness of metallic shells. You are bound by invisible talismans. Every commandment pierces your heart, roaring for you to bow down and obey. Uh-oh. We put limiters on these machines, and they're screaming. But they don't got mouths. A temporary blackout passes, and your vision begins to recover. The sound of calling for help is getting clearer. The Arumaton. The Arumaton went out of control! Somebody help Lily! Uh-oh.
Let's try it this other way.
Please disconnect. Please hang in there, Lily! Don't worry, son, I'll help ya.
I choose you!
Gut says you're shady. I see through you. I offer my blood. Beasts slaughter each other! Fight to the death!
My wrist.
What's the matter? To the sword!
That was a little overkill, but whatever, got done. Thank you. I have to send Lily to the apothecary now. I didn't think connecting the Arumatons was so dangerous. Master Gongshu had warned me many times, but I didn't heed his warning. I'm starting to regret it. Maybe find some work at a factory? You're not cut out for this research. I'm sorry, maybe I should give up on this topic. Don't give up! Don't give up. I can continue to test with you. I don't want you to get hurt. Just rest for now. We'll talk about it later. It's my fault for being too hasty. No matter what, I want to thank you. This is the reward you deserve. I should take Lily to the apothecary now. Thank you. We shall meet again. Holy crap, it was a Pacific Rim reference. I knew it! I mean, that was pretty goddamn obvious. Hey, bud. Are you doing okay? You're a sad little machine, ain't ya? But that's okay. That's alright. Don't worry, they're not gonna mess with you for a good long while.
Feeling lucky.
There. I'll give you a little shield just in case anybody tries to donk with you. Bye-bye. Mwah. Alright, let's get back to the gate. Yeah, I totally remember, Master Genshin. He was kind of over here doing some kind of testing, but I think I already finished all that, so he ain't there over no more. I wonder he's up front. That guy was funny. He speaks in rhymes. Quite the big personality with him. Is this thing overheating? Overheating can break hardware components. Okay, that was it. I've studied the Lyceum for over 100 years now. Are these just exactly the same models? What's wrong? Repairing household machinery daily without fail.
At work, you do infinite overtime to fix the rheumaton.
Be content, and you'll always have joy. I don't know, that sounds like a big ass there, honey. Yeah, I guess that's all the folks that were there. There were, like, these two guys that were, like, arguing with each other. You could find them up on, like, some floating crates. I think at one point they do kind of end up going to meet each other and duke it out with their fists. I think they probably got kicked out, because I couldn't find them again. Anywho, to the next locale. Divination Commission, so there wasn't really a whole lot going on here or over here. This is like the big mechanism for divination. The Matrix of Prescience Ultima. But I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty much over on this side. I haven't really looked over here, but it's probably just more of the same.
One zero is the way.
Did he just say a bunch of, 101s? Damn. I've got one for you. 0, and another word for you. 1. Hexagraphic code is 101010. Broadcasting the way it can be seen. Master, ancient texts use yin and yang. Why not use yin as shut and yang as open? It used to be named thus, but since integration with other civilizations, our algorithm has changed. It's culture invasion. Huh. Hey, if it isn't a site on the Xianzhou, how have you found time to make a dedicated trip to check out the work of the Divination Commission? I don't know, I'm kind of bored before the Genshin update, but that's coming out very soon, if not, like, now, probably. I might have to wait, like, another hour for the server to come back up. Which I might pop over just to get my first look over at Xiyan. I picked a very nice spot. If you ask me, there's too many lazybones hanging out here. Truth. Have you met, Miss Xinxin? Very much quite the, work dodger. She literally made up, brought up a ancient game back to popularity. And she kind of uses it as her excuse to go out and slack off to go play that. You better have something urgent if you're looking for me, because I am buried in work. Who do you mean by lazy bones? I'll have to give them a good talking to? Nah, I'm sure they're fine. That's a little too harsh. Did I say something wrong? Sorry, it's my bad. When you came, I was just beating up on our workplace culture. I still hadn't cooled off. Sorry for running my mouth off. If everyone at the Divination Commission were like you, I wouldn't have gotten so worked up about things. Alright. I'm just letting off some steam and rambling here. Don't take me too seriously. It's just how I am, so why don't you hold on to this? It's a little gift. It'll get me feeling better. Oh, cool, I get gifts? Nice. Go on, you must have to come looking for me for a reason, right? Xinxin. I'm a diviner. I should be gossiping. The girl looked around after making sure the coast was clear. She returned to you, her eyes filled with excitement. I'm not a gossip, but I got some juicy intel for you. Xinxin looks fine to me, but I can't see any problems. Are you two keeping a secret? I don't know who that person was. Probably somebody that's behind me here. You're literally the first person I talked to here. You came to ask about Xinxin a few days back, and now you're here again. There's a good-looking guy who came for her not too long ago. Could it be? I can't say for sure. If you're not talking, I'm not telling you anything. I bet it's just one of those boring familial news and romance. Boring. Stop asking me. I know nothing. Oh, I just got some, like, jade powder or something.
All these slackers, and they come to me?
Why do you have to pick me out of all these lazy bones here? Go on, then what is it this time? Nothing much. I'm just here for a chat. If that's the case, how can I refuse? Chat away. You seem pretty critical about the workplace culture here. That's right. Since the Ambrosial Arbor's new growth, we've been firing on all cylinders here at the Divination Commission. Just flat out busy. The Master Diviner is trying to manage the situation as best she can with so many important tasks at hand. The managing diviners should be working hard to take care of their own departments. Everyone should know what they need for their roles and wouldn't need other people to keep hounding them. Some managing diviners lack the capacity, though, so they just go through the motions, completely lacking in foresight for retrospection. Just blindly saying yes, okay, to everything. But when it comes time to turn the work in, they'll say, I don't think that's necessary. I mean, you could show a little tolerance with one another. After all, you still have to work together. It's hard to imagine what your workplace experience has been like. Either you're lucky enough to get on with your colleagues, or you're a seasoned veteran who's capable of accepting anything thrown at him at the workplace. If you really are the kind of person, then I have to say, I envy you very much. The Master Diviner may not have said anything, but she has long held plans for cleaning up negative work culture here. So I don't bother worrying about it anymore. Let's just wait and see what happens. Well, you seem pretty close to Xinshui. Huh? Us? Close? You must be a comedian or something. I hardly ever see her at work, so I can't possibly say that we're close. I remember you dealing with Xinshui a couple of times before. What do you think of her? I think she is sneaky, cunning, and unreliable. I mean, she probably is, but honestly, I think she's kind of cute and wouldn't hurt nobody. She's actually pretty cute. The little sparrow has tried her best to stay out of the spotlight, but in my estimation, this has only backfired on her. Who out of there is capable of only doing just enough every time? If it's not intentional, how else can we explain it? Besides, if someone like me can already see through her, could it possibly have escaped the Master Diviner's eyes? What are you keeping yourself busy with these days? Divinations. Still more divinations. Please forgive me for not divulging any further details. Yeah, at least you're in the Divination Commission. I would imagine you're supposed to do divinations and such. Can't divulge what you're divinating about, though, which is fair. To be honest, I almost just rattled all that off to you, even without thinking things through. I should be more careful when it comes to top secret info about the Divination Commission. Thinking about it now, I'm starting to get a little uneasy. Okay, enough questions. I'm a managing diviner and keep trade secrets as a part of my professional ethics. Yeah, I'll just let you carry on with your work then, honey. The Master Diviner likes her peace and quiet, and you should stop asking so many questions around here. So long for now. Please let yourself out. Fair enough. Let's see. Oh. I just don't get it. Why does nobody at the Divination Commission speak normally? Everyone's always trying to trick me into saying something. Sheesh. Divination Commission has its own social norms with its own complex rules. When on earth were all the maintenance going to be finished? I can't wait to get back to the Artisanship Commission. Right, he's dressed for that. What did the Divination Commission ever do to you? This has no place for normal people. It gives me a headache every single day. Yeah, I think you have to be a special mindset to be working at a place like this. Don't take what I said too literally. I just think they talk round and around in circles. I'm a hands-on tradesman, and I just can't seem to level with them. All this good maintenance work has somehow become utterly demoralizing. Yeah, forget it. I don't want to talk about this anymore. These mysteries of the human cunning just give me an even bigger headache. Oh, yes, young lady, you don't look like you're from the Xianzhou. Have you come to visit or see someone? Nobody in particular. I'm just passing by and wanted to stop in for a chat with you. My poor disgruntled, man. A chat? With me? Alright, let me know if there's anything in particular you'd like to ask, but let me state up front. I don't know much about the Divination Commission, so if you're after intel, I'll stop you right there. Granted. You seem to really hate the people at the Divination Commission, huh? Hate? That's a strong word. I'm just unaccustomed to the work culture here. Just like when you Outworlders come aboard the Xianzhou and people say you don't get the culture. If you take anyone out of their natural environment, they'd be uncomfortable at a certain degree. Oh yeah, definitely. For example, I normally do maintenance work here, but the managing diviners I interact with are also crafty. That they just beat around the bush all day without making anything clear. A Jade Abacus calculation terminal can sometimes have technical faults, and if you're unlucky, your terminal of the day would be the one to malfunction. So some managing diviners try to ask me leading questions like, Diviner so-and-so hasn't been reporting any faults. Does that mean they never performed your divination at all? Heck if I know. If it's broken, it's broken. Otherwise, it's fine. That's all we need to say at the Artisanship Commission, so why do they keep blathering on about this other unrelated stuff? And I'm not good with words either, so I just stand there stuttering and can't get my point across. It's just so embarrassing. Man, it's like, what's the point of even talking between all of Zuse and this guy? Why did the artisanship send you over? Your guess is as good as mine. If the higher-ups say that they want me here, then I'm here. Talking about this is starting to make me angry again. When I first came here for a routine inspection on the Matrix prescience, the managing diviner asked me, "Do you know Bingui? Minyi? Minui? Yeah, Minui." And asked me again, "What's your relationship with Hoisting?" I don't get it. We all do stuff by the book over at the Artisanship Commission, and I can't skip out on routine inspection and records, right? Isn't it normal enough to have a few words with the managing diviner about these documents? I don't know anybody at the Divination Commission at all. I have no idea what they'd ask me such a question. It's just like an interrogation by the Ten Lords Commission. They'll even grill you about who you were hanging out with in childhood. Ooh, gosh. Sounds like they're trying to, I don't know, do their own divinations on you as, like, experiments. But you kind of wish that they would be a little bit upfront why they would be probing you like that. Do you have the lowdown on the situation? Nope. To reiterate, I don't have any inside intel. Could it be that there's something wrong with the Divination Commission? They'll just keep asking me day in and day out whether I have the latest news or inside scoop. What kind of talk is this? Just be straight up with me and stop asking me all these questions. Yeah, I'm just here to repair some equipment and get the hell out. Alright, forget it. I don't got any more questions for you, sir. Fine. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. If you come and visit the Matrix of Parisians, please view it from a distance. Outsiders are forbidden from approaching it without permission from the Master Diviner. Okay, if there's nothing else, then let's talk again later. I still got a mountain of work to get through. Alright, well, I'll let you get to it. Alright. I think she's good here. Why is there, like, advertisement? It's over here. Ah, Miss Lady Xuan. Nice to actually see you here in your place of work and not on the express.
I already foresaw your visit. From the hexagram, you have some questions for me. Please, ask away.
Did you derive that from the Matrix or Prescience?
Are you curious about our divination works? Let me see. Take this. These are the letters I wrote to the Traveler during the technical exchange years ago. The content covers a lot, but it's easy to read, making it suitable to be used as educational material. It spares me the trouble of doing the explanation too. So, what was it you wanted to ask originally?
There are things I want to find out more about.
As someone who receives the Wisdom Maker's grace, satisfying the curiosities of people is also part of my job. I'd love to do so if time allows.
Do you miss your general trial period privilege?
Do I miss them? I will be the general one day, and there will be no need for me to look back on them longingly. Although my days acting as a general were indeed a unique experience.
Oh, right. I think Xinxin left her in charge for a little bit for some reason. When we initially came to the Xianzhou.
I have endless pieces of intelligence to read, the military reports to review. Besides, I also have to deal with external affairs from the Skyfaring Commission and discuss the reconstruction work from the Artisanship Commission. With so much going on, any outing, even if it were on official business, would feel like a vacation to me. No wonder Xianzhou looks at me with so much confusion in her eyes. She must be used to seeing Xinxin taking it easy on a regular basis, and watching me struggle to keep up must have made her wonder how long I could hold on to this post. I have not even given it all I have not even given it my all yet. How can I become as knowledgeable as you? I'm pleased to see you have a thirst for knowledge. Seeing is learning, reading is growing, isolation is desolation, self-full is self-dull. Read more, think more, and observe more, and you'll naturally become knowledgeable along the way. Nowadays, many Xianzhou residents arrogantly think that the short-life folk can never catch up with them in terms of knowledge. But knowledge decays neither your age nor your lifespan. By the time I was just under 30 years old, I had already surpassed the knowledge of many centurion old-timers. Ooh, nice. Some folks have been around for thousands of years, but their minds are as empty as a fawn on the Everhunt plains. So don't blindly believe old-timers' nonsense. Old age does not equal great wisdom. Wow. Well, you definitely are a testament to that if you were already doing pretty good stuff before you're 30. How are you coping with your job at the Divination Commission? I'm showered under the work. I've always been self-disciplined and taken my duties seriously. But even with the help of Ingenia and being as efficient as possible with my schedule, wearing 2 big hats at once is pushing me to the limit. Why do you insist on being a general, then? Outsiders may see me craving military authority. To surmise, I am a power-hungry and fanatical about warfare. I've heard many such rumors and have paid them no mind. However, the truth is far from their assumptions. I have studied divination since I was a child, and extensively examined the fickle outcomes of fate. Yet I remain powerless before the ultimate question of whether destiny can be altered. I once had a debate with someone over this issue. Unfortunately, I alone remain in the world of the living to bring the debate to a close. Oh, that's awfully sad. Oh shoot, I just got like a reminder that I can claim my 300 Prima Gems. I guess the update's over on Genshin. Or at least it probably was almost over, but whatever. It'll probably be another hour before I can get over there. That person told me that the battlefield is where the most drastic changes of fate take place. Nowhere else do the destinies of human beings rise and fall with such validity. I want to find this answer, the most sought after of all answers for our diviners, to appease that person's spirit. Please do a divination for me before I go. You have nothing to watch out for today. Be free to do whatever you desire. Oh. Dear Scholar Jakob, I hope this letter finds you well. The observation data you provided for the Luofu has reduced the casualties of Operation Naniqua by at least 70%. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to you on behalf of the Luofu's 6 charioteers. As stipulated in the agreement assigned by the 6 charioteers, I will share a part of the technical writings on the Matrix of Prescience Ultima with you. To express my sincerity, I will give a brief explanation in a manner that is understandable to the Guild. I believe the Guild is aware that the chaos system is an insurmountable hurdle when it comes to predicting the future. All predictions boil down to predictions on a certain type of chaos. The chaos itself is unpredictable. Any tiny disturbances, whether caused by changes in the weather or the 3-body problem, may result in fatal divinations and the prediction outcomes. The creators of the Matrix Prescience Ultima sought inspiration from the Wisdom Maker and used the idea to predict the future. There is a constant and conclusive disturbance factor behind all predictions. The observation itself, to put it simply, when we are observing the chaos system, our observation itself will affect the final operation of the system. Yeah, kind of a Schrodinger's kind of cat situation there. You don't know if it's alive or dead until you open that box, and even then it might affect that answer. Now, If you treat the observation as variable, as in observing our observations, we can derive an outcome that is as accurate as possible. Well, that is what the creators planned to do initially, but when they put the amazing machine to use, something beyond everyone's comprehension occurred. The phenomenon it described more accurately in the attachment with the use of more precise mathematical terms, but I will give a simple explanation here, which may be inaccurate. When the matrix of Prescience Ultima observes an observation, the future it observes will come towards us and reveal itself from chaos, though it only has a rough framework. Or let us explain it less rigorously in terms of physics. When we don't observe the future that has not happened does not exist, just like the past that has happened. But if we observe the future will happen in the way we observe it. Let me be more straightforward here. The way the matrix of Prescience Ultima operates is like a black box. You know that we can derive a frighteningly accurate prediction from the chaos system by observing our observation, but no one knows how it works, nor can anyone explain it. Many, including my colleagues from the Divination Commission, consider this to be an example of how humans can select the future with their own power. But for me, I will interpret this from another perspective. The past, present, and future do not exist sequentially across the axis of time, but all exist simultaneously. The statement of mine essentially denied the existence of time, so the concept of sequential and simultaneous might be slightly inappropriate here. Every moment in the universe has been predetermined since its creation. That is to say, it is impossible to change the future. Best regards, Xuan, Master Diviner of the Luofu Divination Commission. So that was her letter to her colleague there. Oh! I definitely remember doing some, like, Hexanex's puzzles for this gal, I suppose, for quite a number of days. God, I love Hexanex's puzzles. I wish I could do more.
The Matrix offers a glimpse into the path set out for all things in this world.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Tell me about the Divination Commission.
Alright, I'll try to keep things brief, as we do lots of different things here.
What does the Divination Commission do?
Calculations. My response has left you dissatisfied? We calculate the Luofu's trajectory as it sails and helps avoid the dangerous routes. When moored, we calculate the track the movements of the celestial bodies around us. Changes in star temperature, fluctuations of gravity waves, the delta seemingly isolate us from the rest of the universe, but our fates are still impacted by the expanse. The Divination Commission's most important day-to-day work is observing these changing phenomena, gathering information, calculating the probabilities of certain occurrences, and proposing contingencies. Has the answer stated your curiosity?
Very much. Is it true that the Matrix of Prescience can predict the future?
Affirmative. I guess you'd like to know more details. Sorry, the technical details are all confidential. All I could say is a story to state your curiosity. Xianzhou has once visited a world where the residents used something called the aquascope to scry into the future. That thing was even more accurate than the Matrix of Prescience, and our exploration team couldn't help but pour ourselves into researching this technology. We later came to realize this aquascope was no mystery at all. That simply was a limited amount of information. There wasn't much computational power and data input needed to predict the future there. In comparison, the Luofu sails through galaxies of stars, not a machine-esque world as predictable as a complex clockwork of unerring precision. And so, can the Matrix of Prescience divine the future? Yes. Is it accurate? Based on the voluminous calculations run daily by the Divination Commission, not accurate enough. Perhaps I strayed off topic there a bit, but that's really all I could say.
Alright, well, I'll leave you to it.
Alright, so long.
Xinxin, that's who I heard about before.
Except for the Master Diviner, no one else has access here. Once again, I'd like to emphasize that I have no knowledge or interest in things unrelated to divination. Please note that the meta algorithm is running at the moment. Unauthorized personnel should not disturb the process.
Hey, you don't have to be so rigid with me.
Well, it all depends on the situation. I merely act accordingly. I have a lot of things on my plate. Could you be more concise with your question, if you don't mind?
I'd like to hear war stories about you.
Fine, but there's not much to tell.
You're very faithful to your lover, but your love life is pretty complicated.
Just like you short-life species, I've experienced breakups and reconciliations in my love life too. Everything I got to do with the previous incarnations of Kong.
Every previous... Aw, come on, man. God, I hope that didn't end my stream. Oh, fuck. No, not now! God damn it. God, I hope that didn't kill my stream there. Okay, I think it's... Okay, that's good. I think it's still going. Alright, all's well. Ahem. God damn it. Now I lost my audio again. There we go. Is it because you're a long-life species? I can't say it applies to everyone. Just imagine a short-life species couple that's been together for 50 or 60 years. They might still love each other, but they won't be as enthusiastic as when they were young. Even if the relationship can last for a millennium, they will just be two people living together. Perhaps short-life species are best suited to enjoy the sweetness of love. Ouch. Kong's case is special. Do you mean how he manages to find me after every reincarnation? I find it interesting, too. When it happened for the first time, I thought it was very romantic. We were meant to be together. On the second time, I thought I would have no problem loving him for another 10 lifetimes. But now, I'm sorry to say that I have no feelings for him at all. Yeah, I definitely remember this happening between a Vidyadhara that kept reincarnating and feeling jealous of his previous incarnation, and even though that they were basically probably almost the same person that was in love with this person. And then they kind of end up losing feelings, which was upsetting. I get your point. Let me check on Kong. Yeah, where was Kong before? I definitely remember talking to him before. Ooh, Burby. If only you could divine crimes. Oh god, not like, what was it called? Minority Report? Yeah, let's try not to do that. Is there anyone that was down here? Okay, I see one person. Get some extra credits. Only one divination per day. I must bear this in mind. Sorry, my mind was elsewhere just now, and I didn't notice your presence. Well, today is not a good day for divination. Let's do it some other time. What does only one divination per day mean? Diviners deal with specific issues. We have to maintain an objective, rational, and calm approach to prevent the results from becoming our subjective opinion. Diviners should also believe in objective facts, so being too emotional will affect the results. Let me ask you a question, and you'll be able to understand it. Why would people want to do divination for the second time? Because they want to verify the first result? It's just a nice way to put it. Doesn't it show that we have doubts about our first results? Yeah, I guess. A friend of mine once told me that it's taboo for diviners to doubt the results and try to divine twice. Yeah, I think that was probably one of the rules. Don't divine against yourself and don't divine something twice. Ironically, she left the Divination Commission because of her accurate divination. This is really saddening. Forgive me for going off topic here. I've seen you before. You are the hero from Master Fu Xuan's regards, whom Master Fu Xuan regards highly. Here's a small gift for you. Is there anything I can do for you? Oh, I get gifties too? Yeah, just want to ask you a few more things. Ask away, though I don't know much. It is about something too complicated. I'm afraid you'll have to ask the managing diviners. Trust me, I've talked to everybody there. You're the last guy. And I'm probably think that you're probably one of the chattier of everybody else. I'd like to ask about your friend. Her name is Ranye. Oh yeah, so that's who he was talking about for sure. Yeah, that was the lady that run that stand back at, that last map that it was at. You've probably passed by her divination shop by the Exalting Sanctum Plaza called the Looking Bronze. After leaving the Divination Commission, she went back home to take over her family business. Before the disaster of the Ambrosial Arbor happened, she already saw the trigram of precipitate between the mountain and water trigrams to a terrible degree. Yet, the sign that came suddenly didn't point to a specific time and reason and couldn't be shown again. Therefore, no diviners took her divination seriously. Later, Ranye left the commission due to various reasons. She said she was satisfied with her current life, but I'm not sure she meant it. Forecasting doesn't guarantee imminent changes. It's to provide the basis for people to make a wiser decision. I understand, but I just feel somewhat sorry for it. What would happen if the commission received her report back then? Alas, I shouldn't be talking about the what-ifs as a diviner. Yeah, fair enough. The Divination Commission is a workplace is so... Why do you want to say harsh? That's not really the case. Everyone knows what's on the minds of the three managing diviners. As the Master Diviner doesn't address the issue directly, the three still assume that the competition between them is a secret. It's quite amusing to see them scheme against each other at work. Ooh, saucy. Some little competition between everybody here. About Royi, I heard that Lady Fu Xuan had predicted her departure for the Divination Commission before. So she allowed her to leave. Okay, so she wasn't, like, fired. She just saw that she was gonna leave at some point, and I guess Ranyu just came up, hey, I would like to leave, and she gave her leave. So I guess that was a rather smooth transition. The managing diviners were left ashamed because Ranyu's divination about the Ambrosial Arbor disaster. Perhaps letting her go is the Master Diviner's way to protect her. Of course, no one can be sure about this except the Master Diviner herself. Yeah, actually I should probably go back to her and talk about that. There was definitely a couple more options I could have gone with her. I heard that you guys are not on good terms with those from the Artisanship Commission. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you'd probably have to commission them to do some work with, like, the Jade Abacuses and anything else that kind of breaks down there. Somebody probably had to design the actual matrix behind us. Let's not talk about things that will undermine the spirit of unity. We helped them to calculate the damage of the Ambrosial Arbor disaster. This shows that our relationship is fine. Still, I must criticize them for telling everyone that working at the Divination Commission is a breeze. We spent most of the time enjoying snacks, playing Celestial Jade, slacking off. There's no such thing in the world. When we say that about ourselves, we mean it as a joke. One day, I received a text message from a friend asking whether diviners were really so free. I was speechless. Yeah, if anything, I think they would probably be rather shackled from the knowledge that they have to calculate and withhold from the public and even their loved ones. I bet it would really chew them up inside. So they just kind of, you know, have to immerse themselves in some meaningless tasks. going into devices like playing Celestial Jade all the damn time. Those are the Artisanship Commissions, handle lots of projects and are paid well. With just one invention, they can live off the royalties for decades. Isn't it much better that the job of the Divination Commission? Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I'm good with my questions. Okay, see you. Oh, cool, I got some stuff.
101010.
Yeah, sorry I have to
There's
go
no
back to
need
Earth for a
explain
sec
why
again.
You're here. I know that well enough.
I'd like to know more about your divination trip. Yeah, I'm gonna probably come back about the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. What would the Xianzhou Luofu do without me? Well, I escaped from prison while you were gone. I had calculated that the Luofu would face calamity long before I had departed. However, the important matters that I had to discuss with General Yao Guang demanded my presence in person. My only choice is to report the results of my divination to Xinxin and impatiently wait as I held the meeting with the Yuchui. Fortunately, with Xinxin's strategy and the courage of the experienced other two Arbiter Generals, we were able to prevent Hulei's rebellion from becoming a complete catastrophe. Oh, of course, I would like to thank you as well. Please pass on my gratitude to Dan Hong and March 7th, also. You greatly assisted the Luofu once more. I fear that this is a debt that Xinxin will never be able to repay. Do you have any information you could share with me? You mean regarding the two felons, or about the Xianzhou Yuchui? My apologies. Now it's not the time for such casual inquiries. However, please rest assured that when I'm able to share my information, I'll inform the Astral Express, as you are allies of the Xianzhou Alliance after all.
My
Alright.
calculations indicated you would be coming here.
Right.
What is it this time?
I'd like to know more about your suspicions about the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. Go ahead, I might be of help sorting out your thoughts. That has Tingyun been Vantalia all along? Yeah, did you know about that? I can only declare with certainty that Tinyu you saw after you boarded the Xianzhou was impersonated by Vantilia. As for when the real Tingyun was replaced, where she might be right now and whether she had already passed away, I don't have any more information than you do. Well, let me give you the facts that she actually is pretty well off right now. That Tingyun and the Skyfaring Commission and Amacaster did exist, and so does everyone's memory of her. I hope this will make you feel better. What is the Alliance's attitude to all this, now that the Ambrosial Arbor crisis has ended? About the Alliance attitude? You have met the General Fei Xiao and General Huaiyan, so you are naturally aware of the Alliance's attitude. The Alliance has faith in General Jinyuan's abilities to handle matters, but there are still a number of cowards that let their tongues wag freely. However, this is no longer important. The fact that the Alliance is faced with the descending threat of the Ruin Arthur is no longer a matter of truth or fiction. Alright, well, that's probably all I can get from her right now, so that wasn't too much. I suppose that really is it now. Unless there's anything going on here in the middle. Nah, I doubt it, though. Man, I remember coming here and actually getting to talk with Kafka and such. And she made a sick-ass dive from here. I don't know where she ended up landing, though, but she was fine, obviously. Right. Now, I'm gonna go over to Aurum Alley. Man, this place used to be so dead, and now it's a lively business center. It's just like what the guy said. It's just like what the guide said. It's totally worth the time. As expected from Aurum Alley, even the air is full of the sense of ordinary life. Guide? What guide? The tourist guide, of course. Get to know the real Luofu in 30 days. That's the one I got. It may not be as popular as the other Luofu sightseeing guides, but I think it's the most practical one. Sure, I'm here to enjoy myself, but I'm different from those superficial tourists. I'm not interested in Starskip Haven shops that only pander to visitors. This isn't my first trip to Xianzhou. This time, I came only to experience the most authentic Luofu customs and culture. How could one experience local customs and culture? It's not that hard. All you need is some time and dedication. Make sure to talk to the locals and eat at their favorite restaurants. And if you're lucky, attend local festivals and carnivals. Oh yeah, for sure. Kind of like going to India during wedding season. Seriously, there's nothing goes planned during there. You just get on your bus, and it just kind of makes stops whenever the hell the bus driver feels like taking a walk. And maybe during that time, you go out and about, you talk with the folks, and you end up like partying with like 15 different wedding ceremonies. Seems pretty hectic, but seems like most people kind of jive with it pretty damn well once they really get themselves into it. Judging by your outfit, you must be a tourist from the outside world, right? Feel free to ask me if you have any questions about sightseeing. Yeah, any recommended stores? Stores. Well, there are a lot of stores at Starskip Haven, but many of them target tourists. I'm afraid you won't find the best deals there. Personally, I'd recommend the stores at Aurum Alley. For example, Spices Supreme is a restaurant only frequented by the locals. I strongly recommend you try the unique and affordable dishes there. What souvenirs should I buy on my Xianzhou trip? Yeah, I want to buy a couple more doodads for March and Pom Pom, and I guess, well, definitely Sunday, since he's the newest on board. Souvenirs. Well, my suggestion would be mung bean soda. Take it back to your friends and relatives and make sure they try it. Yeah, I got myself a nice batch of mung bean soda at Exalting Sanctum, I believe. Once they've tried it, they won't be pestering you for souvenirs anymore. Guaranteed. Yeah, that's probably the truth there. I mean, come on, you're on a trip. Just relax and stop worrying about the social obligations back home. What's so special about Aurum Alley? Well, how do I put it? Aurum Alley is frequented by locals. I swear some store owners and staff even know each other. Sure, it doesn't have as many tourists as Starskip Haven, and looks pretty ordinary at first glance. But it's got a indescribable vibe. Like the feeling of ordinary life and everyday neighbors in an old alley, you know? Alright, I think I'm good on your questions. I'll let you enjoy the rest of your excursion here. Well, if you have any ideas to share about sightseeing, I'm all ears. Just love the atmosphere of ordinary life in this alley. It's not easy to find something as interesting as Aurum Alley these days on the Luofu. Alright, duly noted. Look at all the Psycreams just floating about, doing their biz. Any collectibles here? Let's talk to the little short auntie here.
Hey there! Fancy a quick bite in Delicacy Pavilion?
Ooh. Welcome! May I interest you with our specialties? Yeah, what specialties do you got? Ooh! That does look so delish. Damn, that looks so good. Is that like pork ribs or something? Oh god, it's chili oil beef stew. So, not pork, it's beef. I should have read that earlier. Seems like a steep price for some fancy water. Let's say with people with wanting to drink really fancy-ass water.
What are you waiting for? Everyone in Aurum Alley knows Delicacy Pavilion.
Has business been going well lately? It's been quite a while lately. However, when it comes to running a business, we can't rest on our laurels. Since the Aurum Alley is improving, my business should be doing the same too. Speaking of which, do you remember what I asked you to get me some Abominations of Abundance ingredients? I've made up my mind to focus on traditional dishes. Differentiation is what makes my place special. As it turns out, my customers love the food. Delicacy Pavilion now seems to be more charming than before. I owe this to you. Yeah, that was pretty short. Thank you, Short Auntie, for your input. Let me get into this little alleyway over here. Little tie-in.
Let me be clear. We only have ordinary medicine here, and none of that rumored long life stuff.
Yeah, definitely might have to prefix everything with, okay, we sell medicines, but none of the life-extending ones, so try your luck elsewhere, suck bucko. You ain't doing that here.
Welcome. All our medicines are licensed by the Alchemy Commission and are of the best quality. Please take your time. Greetings, customer. What do you need?
Just a little chat here. Has business been going well lately?
It's going pretty well. Although the Outworlder tourists are here to travel, they contribute a lot to my medicine sales. The pills I make are known for being easy to consume and store. Some customers ask me to recommend them some supplements after seeing my flawless skin. Well, my skin is in good condition just because I'm in good space mentally.
Yeah, it definitely
Let
can
me
show
be
on your
clear.
face if you're feeling
We only have
better.
ordinary medicine here, and none of that rumored long life stuff.
Yeah, that's why I wear big rim glasses now, because, well, one, I actually do need very thick glasses lenses now. Also, I look like shit, man. Wait, was that a recipe?
Welcome to Longevity Hall.
I think I already bought it, though. Yeah, I bought it already. Let me retrace my step here, so I don't get lost.
There aren't many gourmandizers like me nowadays.
Gormandizers. So that's how it's supposed to be said.
Are you sure you don't want to go? Spicy Supreme has got great reviews. I want to try their new dish.
Good reviews don't mean good quality. Spicy Supreme, right? Just take a look at the prices. How can they afford to use such good ingredients with these prices? They'd be doing the business at a loss. They must be using cheap, poor quality ingredients. Fine, I get it that you don't only eat expensive stuff. Stuck up rat.
I love chatting about food with people.
Well, if it isn't my regular customer, Spicy Supreme is all about making affordable and tasty dishes. So come in and take a seat. Or maybe you'd like to have another talk about food, young lady? Finally, the ambrosial arbor crisis is behind us. Okay, I'll talk about that with her. Yeah, it's finally over. Even though it hasn't been that long, it feels like we've been going through it for a long time. I still remember clearly that scene. I was in my kitchen and came out and saw it growing. I've never seen anything so spectacular since it stopped growing. This is actually a good thing. A restaurant could feel like a restaurant. Back then, everyone was so troubled and weighed down by their worries that they couldn't even fully enjoy the dishes I had carefully prepared for them. That was definitely a terrible time. But now, everyone has calmed down. I feel happy and motivated to see how they enjoy my dishes.
I love chatting about food with people.
Has business been going well lately? Thanks to your sponsorship, my business has been going well. A few days ago, my store was even ranked on the top 100 darkest dishes in the cosmos, made by the Outworlders. Was the darkest dishes? What the hell does that mean? My friends were afraid to tell me about it because they thought I'd get angry, but I'm actually happy. Recently, I've been getting a lot of attention from the Outworlders who come here just to try my dark dishes. We even formed a dark cuisine council, and they have been asking me to join as a member. I'm glad to have more customers. As for the council, however, I hate the idea of chefs grouping together to come up with industry standards or something like that, so I refuse their offer. Just drop by and enjoy a hearty meal whenever you're free. My store might be busy these days, but I'll always reserve a seat for you. Nice to know.
I love chatting about food with people.
There's something I'd like to ask. Yeah, where do you source all your ingredients from there, lady? I'm not too busy right now, so feel free to ask any questions. I'll do my best to satisfy your curiosity. So this is Spices Supreme. Right you are. And you are now at Spices Supreme, one of the oldest and most famous restaurants in Aurum Alley. Even though you're an Outworlder, you might have heard our special Xinxin style dishes. You can try our trademark dishes like the crisped melon and diced chicken, pork slices and fish sauce, and Granny Chen's tofu to start. These are all famous dishes that have withstood the test of time. You can't go wrong with them. Furthermore, we host an Odd Taste Thursday every Thursday, where you'll find new dishes with interesting flavors. These new dishes will bring new twists and fun to the gourmets and the Luofu. I actually am curious about the Odd Taste Thursday. That might play up to those dark dishes list that she talked about a sec ago. These new weird dishes are basically tentative works, and may not be delicious, but they will definitely give you a new experience that you won't forget. If I may, I would recommend deep-fried flying sea anemone. It's an anemone. It's sea anemone. Anemone. I would recommend the deep-fried flying sea anemone. Rootwood grilled Shansak mo with drumplets, and sugar ball fried briscorpi. I heard you're a skilled fighter, Miss Yanchi. I may look like a pushover, but I'm the Cloud Banner Meteor Fist's chef disciple. My fists are unrivaled among the auxiliary martial arts schools at Xianzhou. It's just that I went into the food business in the end, so I didn't take over the martial arts school. But I still retain the pride of a martial artist. I don't eat small fish and shrimp, nor herbivores, or even domesticated beasts. I only eat animals that I could fight to the death with. Ooh, yikes. Wait, is that where she's sourcing some of her meats? These are all animals that she literally hunted and killed herself? I mean, kind of baller, but oof. Of course, that's just my personal mantra. The Spices Supremes serve anything. Don't worry. Gotta hope that you didn't fight anybody and now you're serving them like Sweetie Todd style. What's your favorite dish? Some worlds steam with numerous ferocious beasts. My most vivid memory was that of ocean world called Alassa. I had a giant airborne beast called a six-eyed flying fish. I stood on it, and we were locked in battle for hours. It was a miracle it didn't swallow me whole. The fins of that fish were delicious beyond compare. That fin stew was the tastiest dish I've ever had. Sorry, very few people ask me about my ingredient-seeking escapades. I got carried away, so she is sourcing some of her food from her escapades like that. About Spices Supreme. You're wondering why I opened this restaurant? Well, it's a long story. The IPC and this subsidiary company 100 years ago, which sold conveyor belts, and they had an Interastal Gourmet Association. That went around and rated all the eateries throughout the whole cosmos. If you get 1 star, you're part of the Interastal selection. If you get 5 stars, you're the cosmos' finest diner. Across all of the Xianzhou ships, the only place to ever get 5 stars from them is Dragon Palace's kitchen on the Xianzhou Zhuming. Being a videoterer, I thought I had to go and support the business of my kin, especially when they receive such honors. But that place charged hundreds of thousands of credits for portions that wouldn't even be filling for little birds. Would you believe it? Man, what a sham. That chef even put this pretentious air and told Outworlders we videotera are indifferent to the trappings of fame and fortune, which is why we eat like this. Ugh, that was too much. That's when I determined to run a restaurant that would go completely opposite of everything they stood for. I want big portions, quality food, and low prices. I'm telling ya, Spices Supreme is that dream coming true. Man, I'm liking this place more and more every time she talks about this. Ooh, the passion. But to be honest, if you hadn't mentioned it today, I had forgotten about that goal. Now I run the restaurant just to have fun. Nothing else. Well, I'll let you keep enjoying your business there, sweetie. Fine, don't worry. Anytime. Can't wait. Take care. Stay safe out there. Aw, I like this lady. She's a nice lady. Alright. Where to next? Oh, how about the stand over here?
Dumplings and steamed buns. The buns are huge.
Dumplings and steamed buns. The buns are huge. Just a few and you'll be full. I like big buns, and I cannot lie. They are delicious, and they don't cost you so much. The filling is generously wrapped with just enough skin. Don't worry about the quality of the ingredients. I feel like I should. Enjoy them while they're hot, but don't burn your tongue. Fill up your tummy and your heart. Oh, hey there, tall auntie.
What would you like to have today?
Welcome. I only saw authentic Luofu snacks freshly baked. Want to try some local Luofu snacks? Customer, you'll love them. Has business been going well lately? My business is booming. More and more tourists are flocking at Aurum Alley, and our authentic Luofu snacks are selling like hotcakes. Or lotus cakes, as they have often. The storytelling and crosstalk comedy sessions are arranged for me are well received too. Some people sit down and order something to eat just because they are drawn to the performances. That makes our business even better. Nice to hear it, lady. Oh, it's a back and forth show. Two projections of the table are performing a crosstalk comedy animately. Their performance style is exactly the same as the real back and forth. Yeah, let's take a look at this. I haven't heard a mini back and forth show yet. Oh. I have to read it out. You can't talk about Scarcif Haven without mentioning the Palace of Astrum. You can't talk about the Palace of Astrum without mentioning Madame Yukong. I've seen Madame Yukong before with her cloud kite resplendent longbow. She was making shots from 100 feet away from the tremendous accuracy. That sight was really... Hang on, 100 feet? Are you saying if I stood at a distance of 101 feet, I could just catch the arrow with my hands? It's a figure of speech. Generally speaking, Madame Yukong's arrow are a threat even at 5,000 feet. So if I stood 1,001 feet away, I could catch her arrows? Why do you have to catch her arrow? Okay, I remember that skit. I'm Fourth, and this is Backin. And today we're ready to tickle your funny bone with our crosstalk comedy. You guys may not recognize Fourth, but he's a famous crosstalk comedian performer on the Luofu. I came all the way to Scarcif Haven this time just to watch your performance. I'm a big fan. Well, look at you being all supportive and whatnot. I mean, you're practically my #1 fan, right? So how about you take it up a notch and treat me to dinner? Don't worry, I'm not that picky. Just make sure it's on par with how the seat of divine foresight treats their guests. Well, you can't be thinking about getting a free meal from me already. We just started the show. Let's give it some time before we start thinking about food, okay? They say the audience is the audience is the hand that feeds any performer. I'm feeling quite hungry right now, so it's only fitting that the hand that feeds takes me out for a meal, don't you think? Well then, come a little closer. What? Give Daddy a hug. Over my dead body. What the that was silly. That was silly, guys.
Dumplings and steamed buns. The buns are huge.
Miss Yo.
Parents take care of you at home, and friends take care of you on the road.
Aw. Hear ye. Enjoy Aerobatic show for a tiny fee. Come to Miss Yo's Aerobatic troupe and take a seat. By her breathing fire, walking on burning coals, and thrilling trapeze acts for you to see. Let's go to your burden. Let go of your burdens and relax yourself in glee. Isn't it, my little friend? The show has not started yet. Come over and chat with me. I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. Where do you usually perform? Although our headquarters are in Aurum Alley, most often than not, we travel all over to perform. And sometimes we even go over to other Xianzhou ships. So we rarely perform in theaters unless there's a big festival or something. Most of the time, we perform at the streets and manage our business independently. Both performing on the street and in the theater have their benefits. Theaters allow us to set up large-sized equipment for trapeze and other complex aerobatic acts, but street performances are much livelier, and you get immediate feedback from the audience. Whenever you see jugglers in Aurum Alley, they are from my troupe. If you find their performance satisfactory, feel free to tip them. If you don't, just let them know that I'll reprimand them. Okay. Guess I better tip a few credits then so they don't get yelled at. Why did you start your aerobatic group? To make money, of course. Aerobatic shows are the most as popular as aerobatic shows are almost as popular as immersion or on Xianzhou ships. That's easy to understand, right? Anyone who has lived for 2 or 3 centuries will eventually find their lives boring. So they will watch other dance on the razor's edge. Such thrilling performances will refill them with the feeling of being alive. To be honest, that's also why my peers and I joined this industry. Those who live too long tend to become numb. That's why they need constant stimulation. Well, I don't think you really understand how we feel. You probably just think these guys have lived too long to say no to their death wish. Oh yeah, you happen to know about Gwenifin? Gwenifin? Oh, you mean Little Gwei? Of course I do! She's our best performer and moneymaker. I knew that they were performing together. She might be a short-life species, but she's an excellent aerobatic as any long-life ones. Sometimes her stunts are so thrilling that they even send chills down my spine. I've always wanted to ask her, even if you've led a peaceful life, you would have less than a century to live. Why are you so dedicated to such dangerous shows? But, as you know, since I am her boss, I can't just ask her, things like that. Yeah, a little demeaning to be sure, man. I don't think she'll be able to do those performances quite as well as she does now in, 40 years. Perhaps it's better her life is short than what she wants to live every moment to the fullest. But of course, this is just my speculation. Still, I want to remind her, despite her excellent aerobatic skills, she has recently slacked off on her performance, shifting her focus to live streaming and garish bells and whistles. Well, she's still so young after all. If you run into her, don't forget to pass on my words to her. It's okay for young people to try new and fancy stuff, but they must not neglect what keeps them afloat. Alright, I'll keep that in mind for the next time I see her. But I'll check you some other time. Sure thing. Don't forget to come over and enjoy my performance when you have the time. Dude's Tea House.
Artisanal flaming potent tea. A kick to the senses.
Ooh, nice slogan there. My hand-brewed flaming potent tea is flavorful and strong. Thank you for your continued visits. Would you like to buy some tea or just have a chat? I'll check the tea in a sec, but I just want to see how biz is going. Thanks to you, it's been going well now that Aurum Alley is bustling with people. My tea house is garnering fame too. As you know, my customers prefer a quiet environment, so they don't want the place to get too famous. I understand their requirements for privacy. Next, I like to make full use of the space in my store and limit the crowd through the reservation system to ensure a satisfactory experience for my customers. I'm not capable of serving too many customers at once either.
Artisanal flaming potent tea. A kick to the senses.
Do you have time to chat? To be honest, being the owner of a tea house means you simply have to chat with your customers. So what would you like to talk about? Well, sounds like you're good at talking then. Well, that's not what I said. Conversational skills are far more esoteric and can be easily mastered by anyone. But based on my experience, the quality of the conversation is up to the customer. Once the customers had a few cups of flaming potent tea, they'll start telling stories and half-truth. In that case, all you need to do is nod and play along. Why, you have bourbon in your tea or something? Is that why it's a little flaming? Hold on, I gotta check something real quick. Just gotta make sure that my stream is actually streaming, because goddamn, I don't want to be talking for an hour and realize that nothing's been going on. Okay, it's definitely working. Alright. And now you've memorized all the stories. Are you implying that I may blabber my customers' secrets to others? It is inevitable that I hear the customers' deep and intimate secrets, but rest assured, I know well that I'm not supposed to be bandy about. My words don't reassure you, please feel free to stay silent. As I said, I have no interest in prying into the souls of my customers. Is flaming potent tea popular in Aurum Alley? Ah, dear customer, we're worried about my business. Aurum Alley is never short of troubles, and people pestered by them would naturally come to my tea house. If my customers were free of troubles one day, then my business would be busted. But I wouldn't fret if that happens. Who wouldn't want a world free of troubles after all? Care to share any of your secrets with me? You know that I'm committed to keeping secrets, but still you want to probe? Fine, but probing has a price too. Are you willing to share a secret of your own in exchange for one of mine? Tell him that March 7 would fall down when warp jumping. That would be a good one. Tell him the inescapable truth that everything in this universe will eventually fade away. Now let's tell him about the March 7th thing. Ah, so that's how it is. I could see a romantic customer like you getting acquainted with a girl who tends to fall down for no reason. In this case, I'll share a cute secret with you too. Ooh, a cute secret. You can tell a Foxian's mood by their ears. When they feel happy, their ears will perk up as an electric current passes through it. Ooh. It's up to you to believe it or not. No, I believe you, dog. If anything, I probably would have told anybody that. Everybody would probably figure something like that. You're fond of inventing new flavors of flaming potent tea, aren't you? Different customers have different preferences, and some of them always want to enjoy flavors they've never tried before. Add some juice, egg whites, or milk, or even mung bean soda to the traditional flaming potent tea, and you'll create different mixed drinks or different preferences. If you're interested, feel free to try my latest inventions that are not yet publicly available. Do me this favor, and I'll make it worth your while. Well, it won't hurt, I guess. Sure it won't. It won't even express my... I would even express my gratitude if the development of the project goes well. You're always welcome to try my inventions when inspiration strikes, dear customer.
Artisanal flaming potent tea.
Would you like a bowl of Taste of the Sea? I'm sorry, yes, Taste of the Sea is no longer available as the core ingredient. Water from the Lunar Crescent depths can't be obtained anymore. The Lunar Crescent depths is a secret site of the Vidyadhara. They used to patrol the shoreline. I was always able to sneak in and scoop up a couple of barrels of water. But now they've developed dozens of Psycreens who constantly patrol the shore, sounding the alarm if any hint of suspicious activity, leaving no opportunity for us. We still got plenty of other delightful teas at the shop. Why not have a try? Yeah, what kind of tea do you have? 5-grain jade elixir. This beverage is rich and refreshing, with a uniquely wild and almost crude taste, and impresses even connoisseurs outside the Xianzhou. However, there is much debate among customers about the exact combination of the 5 grains. In Arthalassa Crystal Palace Distillery, the so-called 5 grains are Dictomatus Earth, Saltwort, Verdant Velvet, Lithoset Blossom, and Shipwreck Grass. Yeah, I'll grab a couple. Yeah, I'll just snake myself around here. Okay, Bruce is chilling there. Rose is chilling there. Oh, this guy seems distraught. Ah, yeah, and this is where we ended up developing Aurum Alley from shipping stuff and things. This is where we first met Scott. God, he was such a loudmouth bastard. I miss Scott.
All is changed in the flow of time.
The Arumaton president of Aurum Alley. The business consultant is here. Let's get to work. How's everything lately? I'm doing great because of you and Xuan. Without you two, who knows what would happen to our Aurum Alley. Do you come here often to have fun? Things in the Aurum Alley change so fast I can barely keep up. Perhaps in a little while, it will transform into a place so wonderful that I will blow you away. When the time comes, I may no longer be needed here. Not a bad thing, though.
All is changed in the flow of time.
Let's just have a casual chat. As usual, a casual chat, of course. Now that I've lost all my limbs, all I can do is chat. So what would you want to talk about? Do you need me to restore your body below your neck? Thank you, kind-hearted traveler, but don't worry about that. I wonder how much you know about the history of the cosmos. Once upon a time, there was a catastrophe. A war started by Rupert, the Emperor of Inorganic Beings. The war lasted for eons and consumed countless lives. Even after the downfall of the Machine Empire, the fear it aroused never ceased as people saw intelligent machines as potential threats. My Jade Abacus module retains almost no data from the era except for a few traces of modifications, presumably to eradicate the very existence of the anti-organic equation of the universe. Does this have anything to do with the fact that all that's left of you is a head? Fine, I didn't want to be so blunt at first. With only a head left, I won't pose a threat to anyone. You're happy about it, and so am I. I guess so. It's definitely a lot less intimidating when you're literally just a voice box. If I had my body and limbs, I'd immediately face troubles beyond your wildest imagination. Now I just want to live a peaceful life in this Aurum Alley, and losing my limbs is an acceptable price to pay. How prosperous was this alley before? As you know, I can only describe what I can experience as far as my eyes can see. Let me see. Back then, this alley was alive with Arumatons shopping and picking up goods for their masters. The alley was so crowded that you could barely get in. All the tourists who went there would be so exhausted that they had to buy some drinks and snacks, while taking a break and exchanging their stories. At that time, my predecessor told me, "Remember the view you are seeing now. The Aurum Alley Merchant Guild is dedicated to continuing such prosperity for generations to come." Well, but alas, things do change. It's not easy to continue those good old days. Am I allowed to ask you any questions? Would you like to hear my official answer or another version? Yeah, let's cut to the chase. Yes, you are free to ask me any questions you want as long as they are in line with social norms, ethical standards, and legal regulations. While I'm not designed for chatting, I'll do my best to answer your questions or provide you with helpful information and advice. You can trust me as much as you can trust books, newspapers, the internet, and various common fields of information. But having a database doesn't mean you don't have to think. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. Alright, that's enough there.
It's better to store goods in containers before.
Don't the goods on the freight skip need to be packaged? I mean, be packed? Do you mean packing them in crates? Yep, don't they need to be put into crates? Yeah, I think that would probably be beneficial. It's better to store goods in crates, of course, than, were they not, my dude? But it makes things more interesting if you don't. Yeah, I feel that's a little dangerous, though. But hey, I'm pretty sure plenty of things that we get today, like, I don't know, just, I don't know, produce or whatever, they're probably not all bundled up or individually wrapped. Ooh! Speaking of, crates and boxes, we found an unattended courier package. There's this large pile of goods stacked up here. Look closely at the receipts and realize that these should have been delivered to the recipients long ago. A huge pile of parcels that should have already been delivered are stacked up, and passersby ignore them as if they're nothing unusual. You inspect closely and realize there's an inscription on the cargo box to the side. Cargo pilot Fang Yun was a taciturn and unsociable man. Once a fighter pilot, he retired from the army without merit and fell into obscurity. When Xinxin Medicus stirred up trouble, Fang Yun unloaded his cargo here and used the starship to attach enemy firepower, buying time and protecting the civilians. Unfortunately, his vessel was destroyed, and his remains were never found. When the chaos fell quiet, no one came forward to claim these goods. Yeah, I'll salute you there, my good man. As you inspect these items again, you realize that there are no longer a scattered bunch of boxes, but a great monument. No one can remove a single stone from this great monument, as it is now the foundations of a great ship. Wait, what the hell? Am I gonna steal all the stuff? Oh. I guess we'll just leave it all here. Yeah, some packages just didn't quite make it on time. See, I know there's this individual here.
I hear the Luofu's High Elder is only High Elder in name.
Oh.
Better for their Vidyadhara to migrate to the Fenghu.
Oh. Right, this guy said he's a visitor from the Fenghu, which I think is one of the other Luofu ships. I think there's only like a couple of them that have been named, and one of them was a fallen ship too.
Hey, it's you again, young lady. What brings you here this time?
I'm a bit curious.
If you're curious about anything, just shoot it.
What do you mean by inconveniences?
The general quality of life is pretty similar across all the Xianzhou ships. The water quality here is not as good as the Fenghu, where it's from, but that's to be expected. But when it comes to housing, the place is simply awful. Whenever someone in the Fenghu has completed their hatching rebirth, they'll immediately get a residence for free.
Oh, dope.
But here on the Luofu, you got to go through a whole lot of nasty real estate paperwork. The officials have lines like, "You Vidyadhara just abandoned your real estate after each rebirth. What a waste of resources." They say that because the Realm Keeping Commission is so incompetent at registering hatching rebirth.
Yeah, wouldn't it stand to reason that Vidyadhara would inherit the assets from their previous incarnations? I mean, honestly, they're pretty much like the closest thing to actual family that they have. Why do you say the Luofu is targeting the Vidyadhara?
I've recently got my eyes on a property on a floating island in an exalting sanctum. It's expensive, but I'm not short on money. I just want to be in a place with a lot of traffic and surrounded by amenities.
Lofty guy, aren't ya?
But you know what? They say I've got to provide my health certificates and criminal convention clearance across 3 centuries to prove I won't suddenly go through a hatching rebirth and leave the real estate I want to purchase suspended in limbo. Come on, Foxians only need a record of continuous employment for 100 years. Besides, it's not like we can just control our own hatching rebirths. If we get into an accident, we don't get to keep any of our memories after the rebirth. How are we supposed to remember to do any annual health checks? They're clearly just trying to get one over us on us honest folk.
Well, then again, I'm pretty sure if they have no memories of that, I'm pretty sure you have to have extensive paperwork for next of kin, or rather the passing of property to your next reincarnation. But yeah, you probably have to make sure that they would have some proof afterwards that they are who they previously were. Yeah, guess inheritance would be kind of messy for Vidyadhara, given that, well, they're inheriting from themselves. Let's see. Yeah, you're definitely not a Luofu local. I mean, obviously it was written over the tag underneath his name. Of course not! I'm from the Fan Hu! Have you heard of the famous miniature myriads? You haven't, huh? I suspected. The Fan Hu has been overshadowed by the Luofu these days. When the 5 dragons undertook their exodus, it was the gladiator Muram, the High Elder of the Fan Hu, who was the most venerable of them all. She was the one who signed the covenant with the Alliance on behalf of the Vidyadhara. Since then, we Vidyadhara have been working on for the Alliance. We are decorated with many honors for suppressing the traces of abundance. Oh, I should call it Plague Mark, as per the Alliance request. As a result, the Alliance granted us the Xianzhou Luofu to rule as an autonomous ship. The Gladiator Mariam continues to prove herself as a capable ruler, as I expected nothing less from a revered scion of a venerable lineage. Her establishment almost rivals the glorious days of our bygone history. Sounds like the Fan Hu is pretty much entirely Vidyadhara, I suppose. I have to admit that the Fan Hu is not as lively as the Luofu. That's why I came here. I'm a merchant, and we chase after the bustling atmosphere. I wouldn't have wanted to come at all if it weren't for the business opportunities. Just look at that scar skiff. Its shape is so dull and plain. It's got way less aesthetic than the ones on the Fan Hu. Yeah, I think I'm tired of listening to this guy's shitting on the Luofu livelihood. But yeah, I think there definitely is quite a hubbub about paperwork and such. Sure, I'll be staying at the Luofu for a while. See you around, young lady. The Skyward Pavilion's neighborhood is a great place to invest or live in. If only our properties were not limited for purchase. If you ask me, I'd say the Luofu... Well, forget it. It's not a place where you call home. We Vidyadhara are better off elsewhere. Alright then, whatever you say, my guy. Oh look, it's a D-Ting. What's going on, Mimi? Ooh, mission time. What happened to you, Mimi? Can you just act normal? You're starting to freak me out, you know. Hold on, Xinxin. Hold on, Xinxin. Hold on, Xinxin. I'm still trying to figure out my current situation. Wait, this D-Ting can actually talk? Yeah, I'm just as astonished as you are. This D-Ting has served me for 40 years, and now it suddenly starts talking? Hey, I know you! You're the Trailblazer, right? I've heard that you're a knowledgeable Outworlder, so maybe you happen to know why my D-Ting has... Wait a minute. Oh shit, this is Xinxin. Hey, I know you! You're the Trailblazer. I heard that you're a knowledgeable Outworlder, so you may happen to know why my D-Ting was suddenly talking. Here's the thing, I confiscated some stolen property from the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, and among them was a booklet called The Manuscript of Wisdom, with all sorts of weird symbols on it. I didn't know what the text was, so I asked Mimi to sniff it for any sense. But as soon as Mimi started flipping through the pages, it suddenly sat down and started sighing. I mean, Mimi, a 40-year-old D-Ting by this point, glitches and bugs aren't uncommon in it, it keeps muttering humans are so stupid. That's the first time I've ever heard it speak using a human tongue. Well, I don't think we need her to explain that what's going on. Perhaps not even she knows what was truly transpired. These weird symbols on the Manuscript of Wisdom are actually a logical circuit that enlightens its readers through visual transmission alone. Ooh, so book make you smarter? Or at least it reprogrammed you to be able to speak at least. That's pretty huge. Literate people tend to give meaning to symbols, which will prevent them from truly understanding the content within the Manuscript of Wisdom. Thanks to this sudden enlightenment, now I've come up with 100 ways to destroy the world. Oh. I won't believe your words until you tell me what they are.
Save your breath. I'm not telling you anything. I'm simply too smart to do something meaningless as destroying the world.
Oh, thank goodness.
Only the morons from the Antimatter Legion and the Annihilation Gang would do such a foolish thing. In short, it's beneath me to destroy the world. Absolutely not.
But how smart have you become? Maybe you can ask it a question? What's 1 + 1? Ah, shit. I probably should have asked something smarter than that. Damn it.
Even an ordinary D-Team could answer such a simple question. How do I even
being able to realize how simple this question is? That's already beyond the capabilities of ordinary D-Team. I'm here to retrieve the Manuscript of Wisdom.
Your expression gave you away as soon as Xinxin mentioned that book. Please give the book back to her, Xinxin.
The owner of the text must have entrusted her to retrieve it. Huh? But this is stolen property. Are you sure that we shouldn't just give it to her?
Just give it to her. If I'm not mistaken, this book belongs to the Alchemy Commission, and she is working for them.
Wait, really? Since Mimi says so, I'll give this book to you. Just don't lose it.
Please keep it safe. This book is far more dangerous than it seems. Just imagine if it wasn't a cute little D-Team like me that became enlightened, but a fierce, deadly monster.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that'd be pretty bad.
I'm just a D-Team. What can I do? Join the Genius Society? I just keep investigating cases with Xinxin.
But you've become so smart.
Isn't it awesome to have a smart helper for solving cases? Anyway, let's not waste any more time here. We should return the deal with the stolen property.
Then we'll be leaving. Thanks for your help. Xinxin and Mimi leave with smiles on their faces. This must be the Manuscript of Wisdom that Yulo was looking for. I should bring it back to her. Alright, well, I'm definitely gonna keep that in my pocket until I get back to, what the hell was it called? Alchemy Commission. Yeah, I'll probably try to remember that. Oh, look, an IPC specialist. I just don't get it. What's so great about these shabby stores? Worn out trash for low-end customers. Oh, I'm not talking about you. Yeah, that's pretty goddamn harsh, dog. I worked hard to redevelop this place. That hurt, dog. Well, I'm sorry for being real. In the Society of Long-Life Species, some mundane and trivial objects may hold great historical value for Outworlders. However, in the eyes of the IPC elites, these objects are nothing more than outdated trash. Oh, by the way, my name is Vardis. Nice to meet you. If you happen to have a Jade Abacus, I'd be happy to send you an invitation letter and some gifts. Nah, I don't like you too much, Fartis. I'm an IPC business planning specialist. I'm here on a business affair related to Aurum Alley. Feel free to contact me if you have any business inquiries or are interested in cooperating with us. I'd like to ask something. You seem way more reasonable than those old chumps. So how about we have a real chat? You know, a modern one. Did you just say these stores are selling worn-out trash? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Those old geezers are stuck in the past, running outdated stores and selling useless junk. I mean, what's even the point? Some time ago, the regional administrator wanted us to assess the value of the stores in the alley and negotiate with the owners on how much they want if they decided to buy them out. But those old geezers just throw out a ridiculously high number. Was that part of Scott's plan before? It probably was. So, the IPC was planning to buy this block. Exactly, we're planning to turn this area into a commercial hub with large shopping centers. But first, we got to get rid of those rundown stores. We're not wasting money on worthless junk. That's why I'm here to make sure everything is legit. So the IPC is planning to buy Aurum Alley. Well, tough titty, bitch. This place is staying as is. To be more precise, we're planning to obtain the right to obtain this alley. Is the IPC planning to undermine Aurum Alley? They tried to and failed. Come on, what makes you think that? Do you have a persuasion complex or something? Or was that a you have a persecution. Yeah, persecution complex. We're here to develop this alley, not destroy it. The new Aurum Alley is only going to get better. Don't be like those stubborn folks, young lady. Everything has been doing this for the profound Quapath. God, yeah, hide behind your Aeon, why don't ya? Stupid bitch-ass IPC specialist. Sellout. Buy-in, sellout, motherfucking bitch. I heard some of our sales representatives are restoring a shady tactic to get what they want. What a disgrace. We don't need any underhanded tricks in claiming Aurum Alley. Oh, that was probably Scott. That was doing shady shit. Yeah, again, I don't quite remember so much. I just remember this guy trying to, like, make digs on this place, and yeah, granted, this place was pretty goddamn quiet when I showed up here. But we managed to develop it and show him what for. We don't need any underhanded tricks on claiming Aurum Alley. The sheer difference in strength we bring will guarantee our victory, just like Quapath's hammer is guaranteed to fall. Yeah, I'm done talking with you. Take your time. I hope we'll get to work together in the future. Nah. Bye, sticky-ass bitch-ass, YPC grunt. Trying to buy everything in sight. Grubby bastards. Ooh! Oh, that was the travel guide, I believe. Martial arts and fitness. Come learn all about it. Yes, want to learn about martial arts and fitness? Come take a look at our flyer. I'll fill you in on all the details. Yeah, I'll take a look. Alright, I'll keep this, and you tell me about it. Awesome, I knew you'd be keen. I promise I'll make this really quick. I'm the coach of Exalting Sanctum's Tiger Punching Gym, Shumio. Shumio? We're a custom boxing gym set up for Outworlders, and our coaches are the best on the Luofu with rich experience and immortality training. All our boxers are living out long lives and achieving incredible results. I guess it's better than looking for elixirs. Just, you know, healthy body means a longer, more fulfilling life, I suppose. Our boss always says that he didn't open the gym to make money, but rather to let more interstellar travelers access the hyper-immortality way of life found aboard the Xianzhou Alliance. There's never been a better time to sign up as a member. Just sign up for 10 years and get another 5 years for free. That's a crazy deal. Very crazy. How about I help you register with us now? I'm not talking about the Ambrosial Arbor right now. Has business been going well lately? Because of you guys, Aurum Alley has become so much more prosperous, and my business is doing better too. Ironically, after the Ambrosial Arbor's growth, the Luofu became a much more dangerous place. This situation made my boxing gym more popular than ever. After all, it's always best to know some moves that can help you defend yourself. Truth. Being out there in the world like you are, you're sure to bump heads with people from time to time. Why don't you drop by my boxing gym and have a session someday? I'll give you a discount. Hold on. It suddenly occurs to me that I have nothing to teach you. How about you give a lesson at my boxing gym? Offer great pay. Ooh, I get to lead a class? Dope. Okay, there was probably at least one more thing I'd talk to her about.
Fitness. Come learn all about it.
Nah, I'm good.
Hi! Interested in fitness martial arts?
Hi, interested in fitness and martial arts? The Tiger Boxing Gym is a well-established one on the Xianzhou. Today happens to be our 100th anniversary. Oh, congrats! I mean, of course some Xianzhou natives be like, oh, how cute. With the purchase of a 1-on-1 boxing training, you'll get 300 sessions of Tiger Boxing practicing easy class for free. Ooh. Don't miss the opportunity to keep fit. Come in for free trial session if you're interested. Nice. I mean, shoot, even the trial session would probably beat out, I don't know, Planet Fitness or whatever. Let me pop over here. Sir, I think you're facing the wrong way. I'm not good at small talk, dear customer. What can I do for you? Business doing well? Not bad. Thanks for asking. Okay, definitely not quite a talker. Well, we can just keep it casual here with the chat. Please allow me to refuse. Okay, I'll check on you later then, dog. Ooh, another back and forth show. Oh wait, no, that's not a back and forth show, it's just something else. A projection on the table is telling a story animately. This performance style is exactly the same as the real Mr. Xian. Ah! Yeah, I think he did mention that he did a couple of merge over here. The clash between a knight and pirates. Just in the nick of time, two beams of light shone in from the space behind the pirate ship, hitting the captain's bridge dead on and sending sparks flying as the captain cowered for dear life. Before the captain came to his senses, he saw a silver-white battleship approaching, and a voice shouted, "I am a knight of the Wonder Gazer, and on their behalf I shall vanquish you, fiend of evil." Now, you're probably wondering, who is this Knight of the Wonder Gazer, and what are his powers? Can he defeat evil against all odds and save the Luofu merchants from a fiery demise? Sorry, guess, but you'll have to tune in next time to find out. Aww. 1 versus 300. Yukong held her breath and counted out 14 thieves from the Annihilation Gang who apparently had no fear of death. Climbing up the hill silently, as she drew her bow, she didn't bother to open her eyes, instead tracking the thieves by ear. Swoosh, swish, swish. The dozen or so scumgags fell to the ground dead, their whole squad obliterated. The gang's main camp was alerted of this deed, and hundreds of strange-looking Annihilation Gang members came marching out, the ranks forming a dark mass over the hillside that stretched out from beneath Yukong's feet. The sight of them didn't provoke the slightest hint of fear in her. She shouted, "Little scumbags, come and surrender your lives! All of our listeners, you tell me, outnumbered 300 to 1, will Madame Yukong be able to fend off this legion of attackers? Tune in next time to find out." Aww. Swarm elimination by 12 Cloud Knights. A few Cloud Knights landed and surveyed the situation without any hesitation. They gathered the young and strong in the city and said to them, "We are from the Xianzhou Luofu, ordered by the Rainbow Arbiter to cleanse the cosmos of evil. Although the vermin left behind by the swarm author is not part of the original plan, it is also our duty to contend with them. As moral creatures, it is natural to feel timidly in the face of those evil insects. But as humans, how can we succumb to insects and beasts? They should be taught a lesson so they know how the leader of all the living things is. Can the Cloud Knights defeat the onslaught of the illimitable swarm and help the inhabitants of Pomfrene rebuild their home planets? Don't get ahead of yourself. All will be revealed next time. Aww. Zulo. The Slaying of Zulu. The Slaying of Zulu by the Galaxy Rangers. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Ah! I definitely remember something like this. I'm pretty sure, Ashvale actually fought Zulu and won. Motherfucker has, like, at least his battle 2 or 3. Emanators of the, wait, what the hell was this? Was he Abundance or was he like part of Destruction? Anyway, he was a badass guy, and I'm pretty sure that, of course, the head of the Galaxy Rangers himself has taken care of him personally. We of the Xianzhou Alliance are not the only ones who trust the Rainbow Arbiter. Here's also a group of Galaxy Rangers who are heroes under the Rainbow's command. Their members hail from across the cosmos, have all kinds of personalities and traits, but each of them are highly skilled, despises evil, and believes in the Arbiter. The story goes that in those days, a Lord Ravager named Zulo, so yeah, it was a Lord Ravager, Lord Ravager named Zulo, who was under the command of the Ruin Author, led a number of bandits and pirates to scour the universe, leaving destruction and death in their wake. It was at this crucial moment that the heroes of the Galaxy Rangers took up arms, shattering Zulu's grand scheme of destruction and forcing him to his death in the Swarm. There are countless survivors of the Swarm Author's ranks, armed with mouths that swallowed the sky and teeth that tore through the earth, but without any sentient intelligence. The Galaxy Rangers drove out these insects and beasts, and herded them to attack the fleet of the Lord Ravager. Oh, that's clever. Using the Swarm to defeat a Lord Ravager. Tricky, but effective. What an elaborate method, using the tiger to hunt the wolf. Or you could say, the moth flew straight into the flame. A song to mourn the rainbow. For millennia, the Heliobi and Xianzhou fought endlessly, having no care as sworn enemy and foe. When the Wing Weavers descended 10,000 strong, the Xianzhou faced them brave head-on. The Wing Weavers soar equal in the sky, having built the Moldsrail towering into the stellar void. From ice-cold slumber, Xianzhou woke, a hero of bygone days of old. The hero sought out the Flint Emperor, and to it did speak. The mountains and the rivers are shaken by the Wing Weavers. The Xianzhou and Heliobi must cross the bridge hand in hand. You were exiled into the Inferno, but now you can join me to cleanse these monsters from our land. And so the Flint Emperor was to the hero bound, and the force of their bow shattered stars and earth. Moldsrail was the nest of the mighty Wing Weavers, yet the hero enveloped it in flames overall. The Flint Emperor exhausted all their might, and the Wing Weavers' rings were scorched beyond flight. The soul of the Xianzhou cried in the face of death, and the hero did not return from their plight. To this day, rivers of blood have been spilled in war. Allow me to sing a long song, a lament to comfort the fallen souls. Oh, that was sweet.
Star skiffs, jade abakai, massage chairs.
Massage chairs, damn. I've stopped heading out to collect used goods. If you have any old gadgets that need fixing, you'll need to bring them to my oldies teapots shop. I don't see any old gadgets with you. You must have come here to buy some secondhand goods. Or maybe you're just here to chat? Chat I am. Business doing good? It's been amazing! Aurum Alley's never used to have any travelers. I only ever did business with Xianzhou locals. But, well, you know how the Xianzhou folks are like. They don't really need my services. But everything has changed now. The Aurum Alley is full of outworlders, and they love the ancient artifacts on the Xianzhou. These outworlders value artifacts differently to us. So my friends keep telling me to up the prices, but, well, it's just old stuff, isn't it? I've never dreamed of becoming rich in this life. I have just one simple wish. To make the best use of everything. That's all.
Star skiffs, jade abakai, massage chairs.
Yeah? Yeah, let's just keep on chatting. Really? How curious. What do you want to know about? The Oldies Depot. Yes, this is the Oldies Depot. The store I inherited from my master. Right. I think she was kind of the go-between for the president and everybody else when we were developing Aurum Alley. You know, hiding the fact that the president was just a rheumaton head. He entrusted the business to me while he was about to undergo hatching rebirth a few years ago. Aw. Nah, I think this is somebody else. I forgot. But nevertheless, she did inherit this business from a fellow Videodora. And now I'm the owner of the store. He always said nothing is truly worth this in this world. In other words, what one sees as junk might be treasures in the eyes of another. This little store is a place reserved for old things and weary hearts. After all, there are some things that can never be truly replaced, and they need to be a place to mend. Well, no, I think she was the in-between, because it would make sense that... Wait, is that the Arumatom's limbs out front? Okay, yeah, I think he actually did live here. I definitely remember that. I'm sure of it. Why don't the Xianzhou residents repair old things? Yeah, I think they would probably make some things to last because people are just so crafty and particular about their products. But once they crap out, it might be a little hard to replace some of them. There are hardly any heirlooms aboard the Xianzhou, or to put it another way, our heirlooms aren't gonna be everyday items. Ordinary goods would never survive a long-lived Xianzhou people. Very good about all the hot new tech that comes out every week. Even mundane stuff like pots and pans rarely last forever. You can fix them, but they'll soon break again. And this repair often requires advanced skill and a high price to get them fixed. Yeah, kind of like doing like kintsugi or stapling or whatever. Simply put, repairs are not cheap, and buying something new works out cheaper and more convenient. Yeah, unfortunately that's also kind of how it works right now. It's just cheaper just to buy something new rather than replacement parts. I might actually have to fucking do that with my computer tower too. That's why it raises eyebrows whenever Outworlders see an antiques from centuries ago get discarded without a thought, being taken in by us as trash. What's your relationship with the president? Oh yeah, so she was indeed the in-between with the president. You mean the president of Aurum Alley Merchant Guild? I assume. Well, he's an old gadget to me, if I can describe it that way. He used to be a friend of my master's, and that's how I got to know him. Yeah, I was definitely sure about all that. He was already here before I was born, so in a way he's long been an integral part of Aurum Alley. Yeah, that's definitely nice that you're doing pretty well and that you were able to help out the president of the guild here. Alright, catch you next time then. If you ever need an old gadget fix, or if you want to buy and sell secondhand stuff, come find me. Actually, what the hell does she have?
Jade Abakai, massage.
I don't think I need any of this junk. Yeah, sorry, but I don't need any of that stuff. There's definitely one more place I need to check. I think it's just kind of empty space over here, though. I doubt they'll actually ever really expand on some of these maps.
Hey,
I mean, they did a little bit with the Starskiff Haven, though. Just like that courtyard behind the Palace of Aurum, of Astrum. Are you here again? What do you need this time? Just a chat. The Xianzhou fossils have lived leisurely lives, but I don't usually see Outworlders having much free time on their hands as you. Interesting. What do you want to talk about? What exactly do you do? As I said, I'm an employment agent. I think that's the right term. I basically put people in jobs. If you're having a case of empty pockets, then you can come and hang with me. Wait, you're an Outworlder putting people into Xianzhou jobs? Wait, she's finding work for people of the Xianzhou? Fair enough. There definitely does seem quite a demand for people to get jobs. Who cares about where I work my trade? Shouldn't you care more about what jobs I have available? Everyone knows my jobs pay plenty of dough, as long as you got the skills to do them. And if you're not looking for a job, then you're be rude to keep asking me questions. Actually, I am looking for a job. Looks like I was right about you. You got some serious talent. Too bad I don't have any jobs for you right now. Hey, I didn't even say what my talents were. Okay, I don't really have that many talents, though. But I do have, like, various path powers. Is that something that might be useful? What brings you to Aurum Alley? I'm here to help those good locals in Aurum Alley find better jobs, so they don't have to be stuck watching those dusty stores all day. It's always great to embrace a new life, don't you think? You're not one of those thugs working for the IPC, are you? Hey, don't go digging where you're not supposed to. You know what I mean? Do you know the person next to you? Yeah, who the hell's that schmuck over there? You mean that man Kiru? He's my best friend. We're so tight, I want to give him a little squeeze around the neck. Oh. Too bad that we've got work to do. My higher-ups won't have anything nice to say if I got rid of Kiru. Plus, I can't go and just fight him. This is the Xianzhou Luofu, after all. The Realm-Keeping Commission or the Clad Knights will be all over me. But don't worry, there'll be plenty of opportunities for me in the future. That's deeply concerning. Does he know about your plans against him? Of course he does! He wouldn't be my best friend and worst enemy otherwise! Wow. I definitely remember those two at Cloudford, and these two, are kind of like that, but it's like, oh, we're best friends that want to murder each other. Don't worry, Kiru is very strong. Any other person would have died ages ago. Oh, go ahead. Don't tell me that you actually were throwing blows before. I'll just leave you to it. I'll be staying in Aurum Alley for a while. Feel free to come back for a chat. Oh. Wait. Who the hell was she talking about? Ooh, there's a page here. Wait, no, there's a courier package I can look at. I've already messed with that one. Sorry, guys. Let me get this pager over here. Okay. I guess she was talking about some other guy. Oh, this is him. The Merchant Guild will be coming here soon to discuss business. Take your leave or I'll make you leave. I'm not eavesdropping. Are you just being too self-conscious? Too self-conscious? Isn't that a term used to describe kids? I see. This isn't a topic to be discussed out in the open. I was being too tough. I have no intention of arguing with you. My name is Kiru, and I'm a foreigner doing business on the Xianzhou, where people say the walls have ears. Not to mention that there aren't even many walls here. I was just being careful. As you may be aware, even innocent people can get into trouble if they hear something they shouldn't. You should be a seasoned adventurer. I'm sure you understand what I mean. You got a discerning eye, don't you? Well, I'm an employment agent after all. I can usually get a sense of what my clients are like just from a few words. If my observations are correct, you're sharp enough to soon figure out what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. However, you're also sharp enough that I can trust you to know what you can get involved in, and what you shouldn't. Okay, that's deeply concerning. So, you're done exchanging pleasantries? There'll be plenty of opportunities for us to do business in the future. Is there anything else you want to discuss? Yep, realize that I'm not the best in small talk, but I appreciate conversations as long as you don't mind my style of speech. What do you do? I'm an employment agent. I introduce jobs to people. Straightforward. Are your jobs respectable? That depends on how you define respectable. Oh, keeping it vague there. I consider the jobs I offer to be respectable because they have clear goals and fair pay. That's good. I only share the details of my job with serious job seekers.
You should already have enough to go on if you're just shopping around for opportunities. What brings you to Aurum Alley specifically? It's just a job from the higher-ups. They told me to come, so I'm here. So here I am. What else did the higher-ups tell you to do? You're too curious for your own good. I don't have anything to say to that question. As I said, I believe you're sharp enough to figure out in due time what I've been doing. It has nothing to do with morals or beliefs. I'm just doing my job for the higher-ups. Do you know the person next to you? Yeah, that gal over there. Majima? Yes, I do. We share a common benefactor who has told us to get along well. So I gave it a try. We're getting along pretty well for now. She has a troubled past where she has to suppress and restrain herself, only to be betrayed in the end. That experience has changed her. Oh, no wonder why she seems a little on edge. Whatever she does, I do not blame her. She may appear to have lost her mind, but she sees the world more clearly than most people. At least, that's what I think. Well, at least she has like a calm counterpart like you working with her. Catch you next time. Alright, now let's talk to this other guy here.
My diary is filled with deeds of emancipation. Discard your lingering karma and dedicate yourself to the cause.
Release a diary book every day. Keep it up and I'll be purified of my karma. And then... Just diary books won't be enough. I need to buy some crates of Stale Gorge spring water. What, is he trying to cleanse himself? He's part of the Unshackled. I definitely remembered something like that being brought up before. Oh, it's you again. What's up? How are the Unshackled doing these days? Thanks for your concern, but we're doing much better than before. Praise be to our dedication. Since we, the microscopic faction, took charge, we have been allocated more resources. We could only release mineral water back then. Now we have purchased some equipment in standard ecological farming with domestic wastewater. Because of that, the Realm Keeping Commission has become more lenient with us. They've even invited me to join the Save Water, Save the World event. To do back and join our release activities if you are free. You're going to earn you lots of merits. In the long run, we might be able to clear out our name Yaochi's. Well, oh, I think they were like Sanctus Medicus members and stuff, and they're trying to cleanse themselves from a relation to the abundance. That's what's going to earn you a lot of merits. In a long run, we might be able to clear our name as Yaoshi's followers. Back then, the Xianzhou people also associated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus with Yaoshi followers. In the future, they will think of the Unshackled as at the mention of Yaoshi followers. Pray be to happiness dedication. Wait, what else did he have to say?
Releasing something into the wild is the greatest of good deeds. No other virtue can compare.
I'd like to ask, where do you usually release things? Well, it depends on the situation. Each entity has its favorite niche. Personally, I like Starskip Haven and Exalting Sanctum for the convenient location. Plus, if I get lucky, I might run into a fellow enthusiast and pick up some new insights on releasing. Releasing what? Does he, like, write on a diary of all his sins and, like, throw it off into, like a river or off a busy Starskip, airway? That sounds awfully dangerous. What have you released so far? Okay, that might narrow things down on what he's releasing. Emotionally, metaphysically, physically, alone. Well, I've released so many things already. I was releasing animals when I first started, but luckily I soon realized it was not a wise choice. Yeah, I definitely remember something like that happening before. I now have a much better understanding of what it means to release things back to nature. As for now, I'm stuck to only releasing Scaregorge spring water. You know, mineral water. And diary books. Right. Wait, was Xinxin part of this group? I feel like I definitely remembered that. She was was living on the Xianzhou, and now she's working the bar at the World's End Tavern.
They won't disrupt the local ecology, and I can still accumulate virtue and remove karma. A great deed for both yourself and the environment. Praise be to happiness dedication. Wait, can diary books be released? Well, yeah, I guess you could unleash water. It's just like, it's kind of like taking a bottle of Fiji and dumping it back into, like, I don't know, Jamaican waters or something, or wherever the fuck it's sourced from. This may sound odd, but the action of releasing diary books sits in a much more profound level. Although a diary book is not a living creature, it's a record of our lives. By releasing it, we free ourselves from the anxiety and worries we place onto those pages, thus achieving a sense of calmness and inner peace. And what do you mean by karma? Karma refers to all connections between a person and the outside world. I release things every day so I can eventually sever these connections and purify my soul. After my mother had taught me as a boy that males need to pay particular attention to maintaining our virtue in the adult world and try to keep ourselves pure from the inside out. Interesting. Sounds a little creepy, though. Does releasing really work? Of course it does. It's a way to purify my karma and achieve greater love. Look, I only managed to have a chat with you because my daily release schedule. Doesn't this mean our newfound friendship is the cosmic reward of my accumulated virtue? Nah. I'm just doing this for streams. I'm good with chatting with you. I'll leave you be with whatever you're doing with your releasing and such. Well, you seem to have understood everything pretty quickly. If you ever want to join me in my releasing ritual, feel free to come find me. I will not. Alright, I think I only have a few more things to go to.
Hey, you. You've got all sorts of exotic treasures for sale.
Yeah,
Wanna take a look?
Yeah, none that I really want anymore. I checked before. Ah, we meet again, dear customer. Come in, come in. I have all sorts of wondrous treasures here. May I interest you with something? Why does it feel like something's missing? What do you lack? If that's what you're lacking, I can help you stock up on it big time. Don't you use Psycranes for deliveries at all? I understand. It's that thing you're supposed to do after establishing a relationship with the merchants, right? I hope you can use these Psycranes that I modified. They're different from the Heron Express Psycranes. With the Psycranes, the longer the planned route, the higher the logistics score. You ready? We could plan. Oh. Shoot, I didn't even realize this. Oh gosh, I haven't done this in a while. Wait, am I just supposed to... How the hell was I supposed to do this? Ah, there we go. I have to hold. Let me try making this as long as possible. Oh, no. Whoops. Ah. I wonder if I get, like, an achievement for, like, getting 200 or something. Wait, no. Whoops. Yeah, this is a little tricky. Whoop. Oh god, I'm making it worse. I say that's pretty good. 230, holy shirt. Wow, that was pretty good, actually. And what, I only missed like 3... Whoa! Yeah, I only missed like 3 squares. That was baller as hell. Alright, I think this is the very last thing I need to see. I remember the whole debacle with this instrument. Ever seen Iron Giant? Well, guess what? This was a sword that... Oh, hey, Mystic! I didn't realize you were here! When did you show up? I'm okay. I wasn't doing too good yesterday, but I'll talk about that in a sec, but don't worry about it right now. Let me talk to this instrument. An estimating ancient Guasian. Its body and strings appear to be crafted from a unique kind of metal. Yeah, I really hope I've been pretty much on my low this entire stream, so sorry if I didn't recognize that you were there immediately. Oh, well, I guess that's all the interaction I have with this. Oh, thank God, I didn't, like, leave you hanging for, like, I don't know, 50 minutes or something. That would've been fucking embarrassing. But, yeah, I think I'm pretty much almost done with this right now. Because I literally talked to everybody here, and, let's see, Exalting Sanctum, I did earlier today. I was at the Divination Commission, Artisanship Commission, so yeah. I think I've already been doing this for probably like an hour, no, 2 hours, maybe almost 3. These things take a goddamn long time. And this is the 3rd part, so I might have to do like another part or 2, maybe even 3. But I think I might have to put that on hold because I'm pretty sure that Genshin Impact has just updated. So for the first time ever, I'm actually gonna switch between games. So I could see what the hell's going over at Genshin Impact. You ready for this, Mystic? We're going over. Say goodbye to Aurum Alley. We're going to Doctori's workshop. I ended up having my character stand outside his research facility in Nodcry. So hopefully we'll see something pretty cool there. So goodbye, Sarrail. Oh, hold on. I should probably actually properly log off of this. And I got some achievements. Oh, I got 4 achievements. Nice! Just from going around and fucking around with people and stuff. 20 whole jades. Ooh-wee. Oh, wait. I forgot to log out. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Genshin's probably done uploading by now because it's 11:40 at night here. I tried to update my Genshin for Xiyan, and it's now updating all the GP again for some reason as first don't load it on it to Xbox. Oh, right, oh, shit, yeah, and you have a shitload of games too, but luckily I only have these 2. Heck, I actually wiped YouTube off of my thing so I can make room for WoWA, but yeah, I ended up getting rid of it. I might have to reinstall YouTube at some point. Alright, let's go over to Genshin, baby! We're gonna take our look at ooh, that is gorgeous. Oh, that was beautiful. I remember the first time I logged in on the PS5 and I saw that splash with the Nodcry art and like, oh, that is amazing. Have they been doing that for every new patch since the PS5 released? Damn, I missed a bit, didn't I? The update was 12 gigabytes, and it's 153 gigabytes doing it all again. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. I forgot about this. This is probably going to take a while to actually update. Actually, I'm probably just gonna... I totally forgot about this. God damn it. Ah! And I really wanted to show off me coming to Shiznaya for the first time. Damn it. This is probably gonna take... How long is it probably gonna take to upload? Damn. Yeah, this is probably going to take a while, so I think I'm probably not going to be showing you my first look at Shiznaya. Plus, oh my god, my CPU is fucking throttled right now, too, from doing streams, so I'm going to slip over to something a little less taxing. Okay, there we go. All right, so I kind of planned on doing the my first look at Shiznaya, but I guess I'm gonna have to actually save that for when I actually log in and do my stuff there. So that's it for streaming for me tonight and today actually, because I did another stream earlier today because I was kind of making up because I kind of wanted to do it like a matinee stream on Monday, but I ended up not doing that due to personal grievances that happened. Maybe record yourself doing it and put it as a shorts reel, maybe. Yeah, that probably makes sense, I suppose. I'll try to do that. I haven't really done a whole lot of that. I think the only time I ever did that was when I was splicing together some test footage when I was testing audio. Like, I was talking with Payla about, like, I don't know, she was, like, waiting on the express, waiting for March to discuss about some reading material. And she shooed me away with some jades. So that was probably the only time that I did anything like that. But, yeah, that might make more sense just to do that. Because, oh god, I'm probably going to be waiting, like, another 40 minutes to an hour before my game can open up. I keep forgetting how long it takes for the shit to actually upload and such. Like, that's why I don't try to do streams like when the update actually happens, because one, I'm pretty sure servers are gonna be going nuts, and two, it's so late at night. Like, I think I tried doing it for maybe one or two of the Planet Arcadia updates, and it was like already 10:30 at night, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing this shit again. I'm gonna just leave this for tomorrow. But anyway, today is technically only August 11th, so August 12th, I'm gonna be doing Genshin, so I'm taking a break from talking to the people at Xianzhou, because again, that's going to be a hard pig to fuck there in the first place, because there's so many goddamn locations to go to compared to Eurillo 6 even. Goddamn. At least there's pretty much like almost nobody on some of the maps though, so that kind of cuts it down a little bit. But yeah, maybe I'll try to record my first view of Shiznaya and all that. But yeah, basically, I'm not sure if you actually, like, try to post yourself up, like, near where the region is going to open up, where it's, like, you're kind of, like, at the edge of the map. Right now, I'm outside of where the, boss fight for, the first Doctori fight, up in Nodcry. I'm just kind of out on, like, near the docks and all that. That's where I ended up posting up, so when I log in, I'll be looking out across the water and hopefully see a bit of Shiznaya. It's not going to be some kind of vague mountain region or whatever. It's going to be solid landscape and everything. Man. Funny enough, I actually kind of described, oh, this is going to be like Dragonspine, but with fairies and guns. Okay, you choose to be on a mountain, like in Fontaine. There was definitely some, you can go up to, like, the northern part of Fontaine to do that. That might be pretty nice, because you'd probably be up a little bit more. Actually, it might extend a little bit of the map up there. I don't know how everything really fits together, because, again, it's hard to make a map a flat map on a round surface. Kind of like yeah, like if we try to compare the size of actual Australia to like the United States, Australia's like fucking massive. Then you would really think, because you wouldn't know, because we squeezed it down over at like the southern point of the globe. So yeah, it kind of gets a little distorted on how big it is, but it's really fucking massive. And most of it's desert too, so that really sucks. I did the mountain so I could see the whole of Shiznaya a bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could see a whole of Shiznaya because Shiznaya is gonna be fucking huge. Because again, that's a whole lot of data that you got on your device now. Australia is the goat. Yeah, it's the goat for things that are gonna fucking kill you. That's for sure. And cane toads and camels. A lot of camels there. Ugh. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have realized that I think I might be throttling a bit of my CPU usage because right now, after 3 hours of streaming and just pretty much not really doing very extensive stuff, just the combination of my camera feed and running the Streamlabs and the audio and visual feed for my game. Oh shit, I'm actually about 42% complete here. Come and fight a kangaroo, man. I ain't gonna fuck around with no kangaroo. I ain't fighting no roo, man. They'll fuck me up. And probably actually fuck me. And I do not want that. But I have had red kangaroo meat, I think. It was okay. Honestly, it's meat, man. But yeah, I just realized that I've really overused my CPU, and I'm not really sure what to do, because I'm pretty sure, let's see, my computer tower is only like, I think I got it sometime in the midst of COVID, probably like the first year, so it's only like 6 years old by this point. But I've updated all the drivers, my system's pretty much updated. I don't really know what to do, so I'm probably gonna have to like take it to like Micro Center, which is like, Best Buy. It's a computer shop where it has like the Nerd Squad, Geek Squad, or whatever to help you find like parts and do maintenance on it, I suppose. That are, I don't know, say like, yeah, this thing's gonna be on performing for what you want to do. You might as well just get another fucking tower. And honestly, I might have to I definitely need something that's a little bit harder hitting than, I don't know. Originally when I got it, it's like, oh, I did typing and stuff because, I don't know, I was trying to rewrite Phantom of the Opera. I don't know, COVID was fucking weird. That was something. A roo wouldn't fight you, though the male ones are the ones you gotta look out for. The female ones all run away, basically. Okay, that's good to do. Also, quick question. How many legs does a kangaroo technically have? Because there was definitely an argument that was made to me at some point on how many legs a roo technically had. Because there's actually multiple answers to this. But I want your honest opinion about this. Because I find it fucking hilarious thinking about how many legs it could technically be. Because if you think about it, well, kind of by definition, a leg is kind of like something where you kind of have to keep a person upright on or provide some kind of locomotion. Because if you think about it, snails, they technically have like 1 foot. Or clams, they have like some weird like meaty limb that they can stick out of their shell and move and stuff. Seriously, there was like this guy, this channel called Curious Archives, and it was like one of the first videos that I ever watched them about like what amount of legs is the best. And he had to disqualify kangaroos because technically they have 2 legs. They have like obviously their stompers there. And technically they have 3 legs because they'll also balance on their tail. a kangaroo has 2 legs, 3 if I guess if you count the tail. That's what I was just saying. So yeah, I guess you could. They go kind of compensate a little bit. It's a little bit more secure if you at least have 3 legs. You know, you need to have at least 3 legs to make a table stand. Let's see, if you count the tail, if you put in the argument, it helps keep them up. Yeah, so at the least there, but they also use their forelimbs, like their arms and stuff, so technically it also means that they qualify for having 4 and 5 limbs. So yeah, that's why they kind of discounted kangaroos. God, that was a fucking weird argument, really. Sorry, I find that whole idea quite hilarious. There's definitely some humorous things that happen on Curious Archive. I definitely recommend seeing that channel because they did some like speculative biology stuff, doing some like, I don't know, fantasy analytics kind of things. It's all very entertaining and shit. I wish that they would do more theoretical biology or speculative biology, kind of like they covered Serena, the World of Birds, where basically it's just like this thought experiment, just like this project about if some planetoid was just only populated by birds. I mean, there would be like some other subspecies that, you know, feed them, like little insects and grasses and shit, but they're basically the only major vertebrate on the planet. And boy, shit gets weird on that. I wish they would come back to that. It's been 2 years since they released a video on that. But otherwise, they have some pretty good shit there. Like, talking about the history of unicorns or dragons and other mythical shit like that. It's really cool. But yeah, I definitely knew I should probably get a little bit ahead with trying to do my NPC talking series, especially with the Xianzhou, because again, it's going to be far more parts than some of the previous ones, and some of them were already 3 hours long. So I figured I'd try to do a little bit of that before, you know, doing the Shiznaya arc stuff in Genshin. So yeah, but I couldn't do it Monday. I wasn't gonna do a nighttime stream on Monday anyways, because I had the Muni. It was the stage show Meet Me in St. Louis, held in St. Louis. Correctly enough, and obviously they made some jabs of like some local stuff like Budweiser, Cardinals, obviously the 1904 World's Fair. You are cool, Mary. Oh, you think I'm cool? Thank you. I'll take your word for it, buddy. But I'm also a sad bitch because yeah, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I do have my pen back there. That's where I keep Iris. And on Monday, I ended up taking my rabbits to the clinic, to the animal hospital for their vaccines and check them up. I went there with 2 rabbits, and I left with 1 of them. So, turned out Iris ended up having a mass inside her. I didn't notice. There wasn't really much hightail signs to even say that she even had that. I mean, maybe if I really squeezed her or anything like that, maybe I would have felt something off. But the doctor definitely felt around, and she even asked, has she been pooping like normally? I'm like, yeah, she constantly poops everywhere, and they're normal too. Seriously, imagine like really tiny Cocoa Puffs. That's what a rabbit poop is supposed to look like. I mean, maybe a little bit damper, but otherwise pretty uniform, not diuretic or anything like that. But yeah, it turned out to be a metastatic mass in her chest, so I had to make the decision to have her euthanized. So I was pretty upset after that. But especially since I probably should have taken her home and maybe bring her to the clinic that I usually have. But nevertheless, had a mass. She had a mass. Like there was a growth inside her, a cancerous mass in her. And usually for that, oh, yeah, that's understandable. I don't enunciate enough. You think I would do a little bit better, but again, I've been having to voice act for like the past 3 hours, really. So, give me some slack. I know. It was very sudden, and I'm like, well, that part, I definitely wouldn't really realize that. I mean, it was just like, well, yeah, I mean, she breathed a little funny, because she was like, kind of breathe like she would snore almost. That's how she would breathe sometimes. And I'm like, oh my god, that was probably the growth pressing on her lungs. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, she probably has been actually dealing with that for a while, but it's really hard to tell when a rabbit's really ill or anything like that. So, I don't know if you sense that, I don't know, they're actually like breathing weird or anything like that. And on top of that, she's she was a Netherland dwarf, so she's already she was a bit of a diva as it already. And they're kind of like one of those smoosh face breeds, kind of like in dogs, like Shih Tzus or pugs or whatever. Oh my god, game's done uploading. But yeah, I'm gonna give that a sec because I'm describing how I realized that my rabbit was actually slowly dying. And I just didn't notice that. I was just like, oh god, she just keeps pooping everywhere. She keeps sitting in her pee, and I just try so desperately that she has like somewhat healthy booty, that she doesn't have mats all over her ass and everything, because god, she's such a nasty bitch. But she was pretty good for me grooming her, at least. I would at least try to keep her well off. I would feed her well with romaine and all that, give her little treats of like actual, like, you know, rabbit treats, like some healthy Nature Select loops, and give her, like, I don't know, maybe some little vegetables like carrots or spinach, just a little bit of spinach, not a whole lot, maybe a little bit more than I have been lately, because I've been eating a lot more spinach lately because it's just there and it's just easy to cook up and put on a sandwich or something. But yeah, I did end up having her like there, getting euthanized there. She got sedated, and then they gave her the injection, and she went pretty much. I mean, she was just already a little thing, and on top of that, she was a little bit lighter, probably because of the mass, like eating any of her nutrients and putting it inside of her. And yeah, I did choose to have her ashes have her cremated and the remains returned to me. So yeah, she'll be back soon. I mean, at least, I mean, I think the cat's probably fine. He probably doesn't even realize that she's not there. If anything, he's probably thankful for it. I remember when I first brought her in, and she was in a pen exactly where it is right now, and he was afraid to come in. This was where he was usually eating, and he didn't want to come in here because there was some weird black thing that was in here, and he didn't want to be in the same room as it. So that was hilarious. But honestly, that was probably not any different than when I first let Taro roam around the halls, and he was like, what the hell is that thing? Oh god, it's on the loose. Don't get anywhere near me. So thankfully he was actually kind of chill with the rabbits. But for Taro, he yeah, I don't think they weren't exactly bonded. In fact, when I did let him to go around to actually see her body after everything, I'm pretty sure he was already aware that something wasn't quite right with her. And when we actually set him down on the table, well, he was more interested in trying to jump over her dead body to get off the table. So I ended up having to grab her, and then he ended up jumping the other way, and the nurse decided to try to grab him, and thankfully, well, he didn't hit the floor and nothing. That's what I need. I needed a dead rabbit and a broken one. But yeah, we ended up putting him back in the carrier after like 5 seconds. So, but I think he's aware that she's gone. If anything, he has been lingering a little bit in here yesterday and today, so that's why I've kept the pen up for a while, just to, I don't know, just have her sent around here for a little bit longer. I should probably sweep up any of the poo though. But anyway, yeah, I'm a little sad about that. She was a lot of work, but I was willing to put it in. Hell, I was already asking around if there was anybody or any place I could probably board her up if I was going to take a vacation, and that does seem likely that I'm going to have to be away from home for like 2 weeks or something like that. But I don't have to do that now. I think I probably had her for probably about like 3 years, 4 years. I got her sometime, at least Easter, like 3 years ago or something like that. 3 or 4 years ago. So I had her for a good chunk of time. Yeah, sorry about that, but I was a real mess yesterday, so yeah, I was definitely not in any position to try to do any streaming. If anything, I didn't have much sleep that night before, so I just ended up sleeping some more. Ugh, but yeah, I'm probably gonna have that crate behind me for a little bit. Yeah, thanks for your sentiments there, Mystic. I appreciate it. But it's alright. She's up. I just keep thinking, damn. I made that appointment late. Like, they were supposed to be back on the due on the 23rd. I'm like, Jesus, what if happened if I actually showed up there like 2 weeks ago when they were supposed to be checked up? But I doubt at that point, I mean, 2 weeks or a week. I mean, honestly, the doctor came in and be like, yeah, she might end up like seizing out in like probably a week or so now. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah, I'd rather not try to drag it up as much as possible. So let's just go ahead. Although maybe on second thought, maybe I should have brought him to the clinic that I usually bring my cat to, where I used to work at. Because I wouldn't have paid such a shitload of money for him. But whatever, it's done. It's done. It's not going to be a whole lot of remains, because, again, she was, like, finally measured at, like, 2.25 pounds, which is probably, like, I don't know, a little more than, like, what would that be in kilos? I don't know, like, half a kilo is a pound, so maybe, yeah, she probably weighed, like, a kilo, I suppose. Maybe a little bit more than that. So, she was already a tiny thing, but she was even tinier and tinier, because I'm pretty sure, like, a bit of that weight was just, you know, whatever the hell was growing in her. But, yeah, those kind of things, they probably don't treat very much, but I mean, she was probably coming up to 7, which is almost geriatric, and whatever the hell kind of situation she came from before, yeah, that definitely, was not great. But, yeah, thanks for your sentiment, but yeah, I just gotta remember that I don't need to pull too many leaves off the romaine stalk and put them into 2 piles anymore. Well, that's what happened yesterday, so I'm probably gonna be a little raw about that. Yeah, sorry about that, but I didn't really need to say something about that. Anyway, so before I opened up Genshin, the game's actually finished updating for me, so yeah, let's go over some shit that happened with this past year in Genshin. We went to Nightcry, which, well, it was kind of a bit weird, because, oh, we get to go to Shania, but it's like, no, we're gonna stop at some other place. You can take time off if you need it. I know, I probably should, but Shania is here already. It's literally, I'm right at the door of it. Also, I mean, maybe I should, because again, my audio has been goddamn dog shit lately, because I have to like wrestle for the audio to actually go through. It might not even come through when I actually log in, because I have to like reach this fucking cable like every which way. But luckily I do have some coming in. I don't really know when they'll coming in. I don't really have a tracking sheet for that. But it should be soon. Thankfully, I ordered 2 of them. That way I have one for backup when the next cord craps out in like 5 or 6 months. because I was already noticing problems with my audio probably about a month or so ago. But whatever. I only realize these things are kind of bad until it's almost too late. Like my rabbit, but then again, it's a little bit easier to tell other things, but whatever. It's more auditory things. My rabbit's breathing, the cord not taking in all the audio correctly, but whatever. It was always kind of hard. But yeah, what the hell happened with Nodcry? Let's see. We got to meet Columbina first, and people were mad that they weren't what they speculated that she would be. And that's the thing about that. There's like a lot of speculation, and people get disappointed when their theories are completely incorrect or not even work or anything like that. But if you really, really look at like any official stuff that was released up until this point, we pretty much know jack shit about Columbina. She could literally have been anybody. Sure, we all thought maybe she was like some kind of shade of death, which obviously that was not true after the whole shit with Natlin. But, or she'd be like mean or evil spirit or like dark as shit. But no, she's just a little sweetheart just drifting through this world. Literally, she doesn't really, she's very was detached from everything on this planet. So detached, she literally almost discorporealized herself because of it. Let's see. Well, I didn't expect that Doctori was gonna be so bad that he gets a boss fight twice. So yeah, I didn't expect to see the doctor up here, and goddamn, was he a terror? He was such a terror. God damn it. Then what else? Let's see. I didn't expect, well, that we were actually gonna go to the fucking moon, for one. That was pretty amazing to hear. And then we got to actually revisit the moon. That's what I was kind of hoping when we first went to the moon with Colin Bean. It was like, I hope this isn't it. I hope this isn't a one-time thing. There's no way that they're just gonna, like, let this just be the one time we get to visit the moon and we fuck off. Because no, I obviously didn't. I went across the surface of the moon, the lighter side and the dark side. And boy, there is a lot of crazy shit there. For one, dragons were there. They were actually trying to, like, send messages out in the stars. And some of them even combined with aliens and stuff. I think the Moon Sisters were like programs that Nibelung probably made or something like that. That was kind of odd. Also, there's capybaras on the moon. There's a lot of life on the moon. Sure, there were probably going to be the goat Henki. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I didn't expect ancient dragon technology and cats to be up there too. And Snake. We could play Snake up there. You could just straight up play Snake there. Anything else? Oh yeah, the whole debacle with Sumeru. Basically, Irminsul, it actually did end up falling in flame, and unfortunately it was kind of Nahita's fault, I think. Well, technically, Doctori definitely fucked it up so bad that we kind of had to disconnect the whole world from it, and we basically had to make a Irminsul point 2 out in the desert, which probably not good. I'm not really sure. I really hope they have a really good cooling system out there, so because not an ideal place to have a supercomputer to keep the continuity of the world together. And Kabe was the one that fucking pretty much built most of it. Well, the hardware was there, but he had to do a lot of the conversions, which is pretty fucking huge. Kabe kind of saved the world with his architectural and design brilliance. And probably Barzan. Honestly, it's kind of amazing that we had to do that at all. So, Irminsul burned, for real. Nahita actually broke a Gnosis, and luckily, not too bad. I'm not sure if it's, like, completely destroyed. I'm pretty sure somebody came in and swooped up all the remnants somewhere, somehow. That or it's actually gone. I don't know. I don't think that quite matters. Or will it? Nah, I'm pretty sure somebody probably snatched up any of its fragments or whatever, if there were any to retrieve. And, let's see. Yeah, Kali. Apparently, having remnants of the flower goddess. That I didn't see that. I'm pretty sure she probably had some mix of other things in there, but it was definitely largely the remains of the goddess of flowers that was in her. That was pretty amazing. That was really cool. Of course, she ended up dispelling that. And we met Jet again. Jet came back, and she was voiced, and she was beautiful. Well, her voice was beautiful. I mean, she's already a gorgeous girl. Sure, she's just like one of those enemy NPCs with purple hair, but damn, she's got a personality on her. God damn it. Love it. Didn't expect to see her here. That was amazing. D-Luke at least did some stuff outside of Mondstadt. I don't think I've really seen him outside of Mondstadt, now that I recall. But apparently he managed to make it up to as close as Shiznaya as he probably legally can without getting in trouble. And we might actually learn more of like the Northern Exchange info or whatever kind of cabal him and Nefer and all of them are probably a part of Yelan, I guess. Just this whole information network or whatever. I'm pretty sure we're going to learn quite a bit of that when we get to Shiznaya. Yeah. Hey, Mystic, you have anything that you thought was kind of weird, like anything like world-shattering or just something strange you didn't really expect to see? What else? God damn it. I said I was gonna make a list. There's no list. It's a mental list. And even then, I think I've just somehow just scrawled it out in my brain cells. Ugh. All right. Well, I think that's probably enough. Farka was pretty cool. We finally got a big, tall male model. I didn't expect that to happening, but here we are. We have a new male model, and frankly, I kind of hope that it means that we might get a actual playable Priero in the future. I doubt it, though, but wishful thinking. And Puccinella, oh my god. And we have just, I didn't expect so many different variations of body types for the NPCs too. And it was already amazing that they added like the teenage model in Nightcry. That was nice. Because we kind of had a little preview of that with Deer Death from that one interlude chapter. I didn't expect to see the Moongazer project to send messages out of to travelers. Oh yeah, that was wild. I mean, I don't know if it was maybe by some kind of time loop. Maybe it was exactly the message Eggy sent. It definitely seemed to call back some things that she said in her message. So who knows? Maybe it was a similar message that others have mentioned before. But I don't know. Maybe by some paradox, they actually did get that very message. I mean, granted, Traveler was right there, so I don't know if there was some kind of reception, intertwining shit going on, some quantum entanglement stuff. But yeah, I totally didn't expect that they were probably alerted to that because of the Moongazer project and all that. I mean, that's kind of wild. I mean, they probably had like to make a little detour before then. So who knows? Maybe after everything is done in Shiznaya, we'll probably figure out what the hell their detour was before they even came to that. Damn. I wonder how long they've actually been alive for, because they've probably been around at least since the times that dragons were still around on Teyvat, probably. Yeah, I figure it probably wasn't the one from Eggy. It so happened to be a message that that probably just happened to come through, and only now that we're receiving the message from the Traveler and their sibling. It basically said sealed message unlocked. Okay, yeah, I figured that there was probably similar, like, things that were mentioned in Eggy's message that probably was, like, carried over from previous messages sent out, so yeah, I guess they probably, you like, in real life, if we, like, send out a message to, like, I don't know, Alpha Centauri, it would probably take decades for it to actually reach there. And if we actually ever got a reply back, it would probably take just as many decades to get back to us. So we're literally listening to dead people. Like anybody out there that's probably listening to any audio or visuals out there, it's kind of like that episode of Futurama where the Otomacronians were wanting to watch some kind of show that came out 1,000 years ago. It's kind of like that thing. It's just like, oh, they want something that was existent like 1,000 years ago, and they still think that it's around. But yeah, it's that kind of idea. That was pretty wild. I was like agape with shock from that. But I don't know. I think the capybaras on the moon were definitely pretty interesting. But going into like Shiznai, I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's already amazing things. I didn't expect that they would make so many goddamn animal models. Oh yeah, another thing, the wolves. Just having a shitload of animals everywhere, like those geckos. Well, they already had the models for the deer and Natlan, but I think they added the wolves sometime during Natlan, or was it? I forgot when they added the wolves, but I definitely don't remember the wolves being added in Wolvendom at some point. So I think it was sometime during the Natlan arc when they actually started doing that. And that shit with Boreas too. That apparently he was kind of like Andreas was kind of like friends with like the first fallen angel or whatever like that. A lot of angels talk too. Basically, we already knew that the Sealies were basically remnants of the angels and stuff. And it turns out there might be a few that are still kind of operational. Like obviously Capulata, she somehow managed to retain some of her sapiens after having to fall from being an angel. And of course, there's Nicole that somehow negated some other things, so she would have her powers and all that. Yeah, I agree. By the time the Traveler's message got to them, they might not have been around anymore, so there was no one to receive it. Yeah, who knows if it just actually took the time to actually happen to reach there, or I don't know, we just kind of opened the gates so that we could finally receive that message. And somehow it's probably been constantly beaming. It does seem kind of weird that we would just so happen to catch that feed just when we open up the communications to the outside world, even temporarily. Because, I mean, imagine, we probably are, like, being beamed, like, the ultimate answers and stuff right now, and we're missing it right now, because we literally didn't have the technology. We didn't have our chakras open. We didn't have, like, the technology that was, like, looking in the specific direction or open at the right time to receive it. So now I'm kind of concerned if it's just been constantly beaming out, or yeah, maybe it is just happenstance that it just only got received at that point. Also, the Temple of Space World quest happened to that was pretty great lore. Yeah. Also, definitely going to be a mindfuck for people that actually are starting Genshin right now. They have the option to just go straight up there. They do. That's wild to me. I don't know if they actually would have that locked under after like all the other shit that happens with Tivat, but who knows? I think that's actually an option. That's crazy to me that we've had all these questions all this time, and they could probably go up there and be like, oh, I guess there's some traveler and their sibling lore and shit. But yeah, that was totally wild seeing that place. I didn't expect that we would actually go to hell at some point. I mean, maybe not like hell, but a hell nonetheless. Also, I didn't expect that. I'm pretty sure Alice was trying to make some kind of Tivat idol group. And it turns out Mulaney is, like, low-key kind of doing that, because before she did, like, the dance, like, thing with some folks from Sumeru, and ended up meeting up Nilu. And now she's got Barbara that was in that last dance event. So she's slowly building up the idol group. I forgot who the hell else was supposed to be in it, because I definitely remember Barbara and Nilu were supposed to be part of it. I don't know who the hell else it was, but I think whatever Alice was planning, Mualani is just low-key doing that herself. Damn. That was definitely something. That's just, I mean, maybe not world-changing plot-wise. Like, oh, there's steak on the moon. There's, capybaras there. There's, we got to meet Jet. And, yeah, we're gonna have the, Tibet supergroup coming up. But, anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna log back in and, see how it is. Yeah, let me do the, do this. Before I really log off this time. Just so we can hear Paimon's, talk or whatever. Here we go! Shiznaya, here we come! At least for like 2 minutes. Let me hear Paimon yap for a second. And then, I'll probably actually log off. Or at least I won't immediately go to Shiznaya. I'll save that for tomorrow. Okay, that definitely looks different. Whoa! I could see it. I could see it from here. Yeah, that mountain didn't look quite as shapely like that. And that cathedral thing with, like, the thing on top that's, like, floating over it. Yeah, that shit weren't there before. Oh my god. I kind of forgot that there was just gonna be this tiny tube just leading up to Shiznaya. Damn, I picked a really nice spot to come here. Wait, is there like a boat ride I can go on? Well, I don't want to bother any of the folks here at the research place. I don't want to fight nobody. Do you think any of the characters will die in Shiznaya era, or maybe against the Heavenly Principles? I mean, if there's gonna be a hell of a war going on, I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna die. For sure. But I don't know who it would be. I don't know if it'll be like an older character, a newer character. Heck, it might be Tartaglia, because for God's sakes, he probably almost died over in Fontaine. I don't know how he's still kicking after his time fighting the Abyssal Narwhal, or whatever the hell it was. I wonder what it looks like over at, in Fontaine. Yeah, where can I pop up over here? Oh, eh. Hold on, let me get these ores. Get some of these good ores. Yeah, this is why I keep Dory around, just so I can randomly harvest ore. Because she's at least an adequate enough healer. We also have that Mr. Oh yeah, that shit too. He was called like the Heaven Star. That was really cool. That was like, okay, there's definitely something up with this dude. He's not some regular god from... I mean, obviously he had to be a pretty superior god if he ended up becoming an Archon himself. Well, maybe not superior is not the right words. I mean, look at... Yeah, this view doesn't seem quite as good over here. I guess I picked pretty well to, was that Reefo who's there? What am I talking about? It's Fontaine. Of course there's reefs everywhere, but I don't remember seeing that particular bit of rock there. Yeah, it's kind of a far distance view. I definitely picked a good place to go. Let's see, we also have mystery stuff with Zhongli and the Saritsa. Maybe he'll help her against the Heavenly Principles. Yeah, I suppose so. Okay. Alright, now I'm probably gonna end things here. Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, honestly, not all that different, but it definitely was just kind of a basic looking mountain shape, and now the shape is a little bit more defined, and I can actually see a city in the distance. So, yeah, that's nice. It was definitely not quite as cool as when you first roll up on Fontaine from Sumeru, because, oh man, that is wild. It's literally just a plateau that just juts out from the water. But yeah, that whole thing that I totally forgot. Shibai was also like one of the angels that ended up just becoming a helper for the moon goddesses. And she ended up like first calling up. She doesn't remember a whole lot from the past, but apparently she at least remembers that Zhongli was Heaven's Star. Well, not Zhongli, at least whatever the hell he was probably called back then. He was called Heaven's Star. Yeah, that was definitely like, okay, what the hell does that mean? And I don't think anybody's really discussed about it since then. But I don't know. I definitely remember when people were like speculating, like, oh, there's like the 3 moon goddesses. What if there's like the 4 sun brothers or something like that? And well, there has been no indications of that. I mean, the moon goddesses have been kind of pecked up around the entire storyline, and only now does it have the payoff. So yeah, that was definitely a bunch of bunk, or that he was a shade himself. I definitely subscribed to that at some point, but he's definitely an important figure from like ancient times. Like I've always said, he said he's only dwelt on Tibet like 6,000 years. I don't know if he was actually born around then, or he's actually existed before Tibet was really called Tibet. I'm sure it's the same land. It just kind of got reformed and shit and got a new label on it. But obviously, Zhongli definitely had some kind of negotiation going on between her and him. So they definitely seem kind of tight somehow. If he can just say, okay, I'm not really sure what the contract was, but it definitely said like, okay, I'll give you my gnosis for, I don't know, some other reason. I'm sure we'll probably figure out what the other half of that negotiation was. But nevertheless, the contract's pretty much closed by now, isn't it? Or, whatever. I say the Sun Brothers doesn't really make sense. I don't know. That just popped up like, I don't know, 2-3 years ago is when I heard it. I don't know why I even bother mentioning it. It's just, I don't get it. But then again, Heaven Star, that does definitely scream like kind of sun motif or whatever. Because yeah, Heaven Star, you think about, well, a big fucking globe of light coming out from the side. That's the sun. Let's see. You can go on, or maybe they're immune to, or whatever size. Probably. But nevertheless, he definitely seems like one of those prominent figures, kind of like Nibelung, or the Moon Sisters, or the angels themselves. It definitely seemed like there were quite a lot of other creatures, and who knows, maybe he was one of those other higher level beings from before. Because, well, yeah, humans didn't even exist at that point. The moon goddesses definitely said that there weren't any humans going around during the Age of the Dragons, during their rule. That's happened after the heavenly principles came in and they had to reshape the world for their care. And plenty of other dangerous things going on in this world where it's like, yeah, we're gonna like try to get like eradicate some of these other gods, and then they made the archons for whatever reason positions of power is like, okay, well, we'll let you have some dominion over some parts of the planet, so go fight to the death, I suppose, just to help, thin out the god population that was on the planet. Or I guess not so much on Natlan. It's always been in the hands of at least mortal or human hands, so that's pretty wild. But whatever. There was plenty of other wild shit with Natlan. But again, we pretty much knew bupkis about Natlan before. I think there was like a mention in at the bathhouse over in Inazuma. I'm like, Natlan, what the hell is that? Oh, that must be the Pyro Nation. I didn't even register that was the Pyro Nation because it was literally only mentioned like twice before Natlan actually came up, before leaving. Was like, oh, I'm going to be going there next. It's going to be so cool. And it was. I mean, all the regions have been kind of cool so far. We got to go swimming in Fontaine. We got to be Saurians and Nodcry. We got to play with moon energies. And wait, no, we got to be dinosaurs and Natlan, Nodcry. We got to deal with moon energies and shit. That was cool. No new like traveler powers or anything like that, but whatever, that makes sense. But we did get like some special, I don't know, upgrades for like hanging out with Columbina. That was nice. And yeah, I didn't expect that we were gonna have like some kind of psycho guy like Lohan being a playable character, but then again, people want Doctori to be a playable character, so it's like, not bad. Also, after his story arc, I think it's definitely justifiable how he is like that, but I think he definitely had some kind of angry issues even before all of that traumatic shit from being a lab rat at that Batui research lab. Okay. Well, I think that's probably going to be it for me tonight, and I'm going to go visit Shiznaya tomorrow evening, I suppose. That's going to be awesome. Right now, I'm just going to, spend my resin as I can, and, shoot, I forgot to do my Trailblaze points too over in HSR, but whatever. I'll get that all sorted out. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you, Mystic, for showing up. Sorry you kind of like missed a bit of the actual reason why I was actually in doing a stream today, but whatever. It's all boring stuff. People probably aren't really gonna watch it though, but whatever. That's what I wanted to do. I've said I wanted to do that, and then I did it, and now I'm doing it at a third locale in HSR, and I'm probably gonna keep doing it. It might be a little harder to do such a thing in Genshin, and I'm already taking such a long ass time doing the locales in HSR, so I'm probably just gonna stick to that for right now. But anyway, I can't wait to get to Shiznaya tomorrow, get to see all the crazy critters there. God, I still remember when I first came to Fontaine and be like, what the hell? They have centaurs? Only to realize, oh, that's just a fancy poodle with a hat. But the Melazines were cool. It's like, oh my god, these things are so cute. Why are they skipping? Oh my god, they prefer to move by skipping. That is adorable. So this is going to be like that times 100 when I get over there and see all the fae and the bears and all that shit. There's actual bears there. Will we see cows? I don't know. But there's going to be Jack Frost there, and people are already kind of hating on them because they were mean to Lumi. And who knows, maybe it was just like her group that she was part of that she was being bullied by. But whatever. Just try not to be nicer to the Jack Frosts. At least meet them first. You don't have to think that they're all assholes or anything like that, but who knows. Probably be careful if you bring Lumi around. But yeah, thank you, Mystic. Thank you for coming by and hearing me about my my Lost and all that. I appreciate that. So I'm just gonna try to get some rest. I don't know, it's been weird. I slept a little bit last night, and I slept like 4 hours before realizing, oh shit, it's 8 o'clock. And I hadn't even had dinner yet, so I choked down dinner. Started my stream a little late. And, well, now it's done. And it's 12:53. I mean, 12:35. Damn it, I switched my numbers around. Fuck. It's late, so I should probably try to do something to soothe me down. Nah, I'm probably too energetic to actually sleep, but whatever. I'll figure that shit out on my own. And, yeah, try to feel a little better. Okay, well, that's it. I'm gonna go on doing whatever I'm gonna do with the rest of my night, and you guys do whatever you're gonna do. Oh, yeah! How was the, concert the other day, Mystic? You said you were on a concert for somebody called, like, LaFay? LaFay? Was it? That was pretty cool. That you got to go to a concert. That's nice. Ugh. Damn, I really need to charge my phone, dog. But anyway, that's it. That's me for tonight. I'm sorry, gonna do whatever I'm gonna do tonight. You guys do whatever you guys were doing. The concert was amazing. Got 2 shirts, a hoodie, 2 vinyls. Ooh, you're a vinyl collector, ain't ya? And a keychain for merch. Ooh, that's really cool. That's a shitload of merch. Sister also said it was one of the best concerts she has been to. Ooh, that's really good praise. Yeah, it's definitely a different experience actually going to a concert. It's one thing if you're like listening to like the album of your house or just chilling with your homies or like a house party. It's different when it's like you're solidly there to listen to a band. Ugh, excuse me. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, glad you liked that time. So yeah, figured I'd try to ask. I almost slipped my mind there, dear. Okay, that's it. That's me. I'm done yammering. There was a lot of shit that happened and I cry, and I'm pretty sure but some of that stuff is over. Other times, I'm sure there's probably plenty of loose ends somewhere or whatever. But we'll have to see about that. Okay, well, that's it. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your day or your evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time to explore the wilds of Shiznaya! Stay tuned!